I'm assuming we're live.
We are now. There is a pause.
Okay, now that we're live, so to speak, welcome back to the Dread Plains. Last time we left off, well, I'll let our little adventuring party explain that. Now, who shall it be today who explained what happened last?
I explained what happened last time.
I think it will be... Curls.
What a great time to be reading my notes from last week.
Thank you for choosing someone that takes notes.
Yeah, seriously.
A small mercy. It means the session will be none. Okay. We are on the road. We recovered from that weird round of combat that we had, where we definitely killed something, but we're not sure what. Blue plays Sarah plays a game with a strange lady to get coins. And then we had... I can't remember, is this the same session where we had the bird fight or not?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that happened somewhere. I didn't feel like the need to write that down, but I remember it happened. We fought some ravens, even though we were explicitly told not to. And then we head on to a camp of Vistani travelers, I'm going to say. And we are ushered into the tent of Madame Eva, who seems to know us, like, at least decently well already, which is not creepy at all, and gives us a phone call.
I have a message from the other side.
A spiritual phone call.
Hang on, guys. Strahd, I told you, fuck off, lad. Again, you can kill me in a minute, okay? Yes, we're down for Friday still. I love you too. Fucking hang up, man!
And we get this rather intense tarot reading, which gives us a couple of clues to what we need to be doing. Also, at some point in all this, we hear a story about a wizard who tried to take Strahd on many years ago. And most people think he's dead, but nobody was ever found, so that's not suspicious at all. And that's about all I wrote down. In very paraphrased version. Continue.
Well, that's most everything, although I will correct her by saying only some of you really fought the Raven. Some people seem to be a little concerned about that particular activity. But, yes, you are... Well, last we left you were just talking about leaving the Seer encampment. So, what would you all like to do?
Panic.
Roll for no.
Is it a wisdom save?
Play a save. I think we'd got all the provisions we were going to go forward, hadn't we?
I don't think there was anywhere here to buy any provisions, were there?
Yes, they don't have any provisions here. We'll have to go to somewhere else to find provisions. I can, however, always provide good berries. Even in bad places.
We didn't have a long rest, did we?
No, we were going to stop here
I was
for
about to
a
say.
rest.
Ah, right.
I think that's what we were going to do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we don't necessarily need one.
I don't really know the day-night cycle
Yeah,
of
we don't really
Lane.
need one, but it was more about the whole night and day kind of thing.
Yeah, we don't really want to
As
be
far as I
PM.
can tell, in Barovia, you are currently in daytime. Well, it is not... let me put it another way. The current light levels you would normally consider nighttime, but as you've learned, that night is quite dark in Barovia.
This isn't
Thank God for
ordinary
dark vision.
darkness. This is
This is
advanced darkness.
It's a shame we're not playing Advanced Dungeons and Dragons.
We'd already be
That
dead
was a
if we
few.
were.
That was a few
So-
editions back, man.
Are we gonna wanna push on and risk camping? Or are we gonna stay here
I believe the
Map?
original plan was to see if we could make our way to the next place on the map before nightfall, and that was important to.
We did speculate after like measuring the distance that we could get there in a day.
Yes, that is very true.
So
Then
If we
let's not
push-
waste any time.
push on then, yeah.
We will have to be careful as we do pass, and Hadrian has out the map and is looking at the map. We will be passing the bone mill is along the way, so we'll have to be careful.
Remember, we did say that if we're nervous about passing the mill, we could, in theory, go overland here and shave off an hour or two off our journey.
What's wrong with checking the mill out?
I don't know. What do you
Absolutely
think is wrong with
everything.
checking out the Bone Crusher mill?
Mordecai, do not be a fool.
You're not scared, are you,
Him
little
to
one?
ignore his natural.
Terrified. Oh, you were talking to her.
Oh, well, it was, but
Everyone here is in a different state of panic, but we are all scared. We must work together and make our way to the next area on the map. If we can avoid it, then let's try to avoid the Bone Crusher mill.
sure.
Nobody said anything about Crusher. Where did you hear Crusher?
Bone mill. I presume they
Called the
crush the
bone.
bones there.
Yeah, Crusher isn't in its name.
Someone said Crusher, and I got my head stuck.
Well then, shall we move?
Let us move on.
Mordecai would feel more comfortable if you were to scout from the air.
Just don't get into
Right.
any more feathery fight.
But sure. I'll scout from there. I'll fly up maybe 20, 30 foot and just scout the path ahead.
20 foot up.
Sure.
Blue.
Okay, so you're heading off?
Pippi needs snack.
You're heading off, and in what direction?
We're gonna follow the dotted path up to the bridge and then head off up that path towards the gatehouse. I assume that what looks like a gatehouse that way.
Alright. You'll travel up towards the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Roll for me a perception check, Mr.
Did he cut out on the last word for everyone else as well?
Did I?
I'm assuming he meant K.
I'm assuming he said me kill scout.
Yeah.
I said
See-
Mr. Flyer.
He said flyer, I heard it.
Okay. You don't see anything. It just seems to be getting a bit colder. You travel. The trip is mostly uneventful, except for some unsettling rustling within the trees and the river bubbling oddly on occasion. But you keep moving on at a brisk pace and eventually get towards this area. And I have the thing right here for that.
Where did he paint him?
Follow the river to the base of a canyon, at the far end of which a great waterfall spills into a pool, billowing forth clouds of cold mist. A great stone bridge spans the canyon, nearly 1,000 feet overhead. Although this path does lead to the bridge, so to speak, it is 1,000 feet below it. Alas, the problem with two-dimensional map.
So
You
the-
do have
there's an enormous plunge between bridge and water.
Us.
Yep.
Oh,
And
bridge
you.
and us. Oh,
Sure,
The bridge is down and we're up on high ground, correct?
No, other way.
We're in a canyon.
Oh, we're in the
Other way.
canyon.
Yeah,
so
we're in the
just
canyon,
there.
1,000 feet
That-
down.
Big ass.
Yeah,
the bridge
yeah.
That waterfall that you can see there, slightly like northwest of the bridge, is flowing down towards us. The river's flowing this way. So this is the lower portion where we are, and this bit up here is raised
So where are we now? We're at
on the bridge.
Oh, I can see it now.
Just
So
underneath
see,
where the bridge would be.
and the
I'll
bridge is
explain what
1,000
my
foot above
problem
us.
with this was. See how the little hex part is there? It looked like an arrow pointing up this way, so I thought it was like indicating water flow. No, it's
The
going
map
like
is
this
literally
way.
designed like this, so it is
Okay.
quite deceptive.
If you look at the lake and then the river, you could work out the flow from there.
Yeah. So
It's
the
over
river's
I
full
thought
of.
that as well, to be honest.
So yeah, we
None
are,
of this
we are,
fixes the problem of how we get on this bridge.
we're at
You
the
do, however, see before you a large collection of crates and barrels and various other containment units. Amongst the pile appears an interesting figure, if I can just find it. Here we go.
Is this Nazdo's old icon from Blood?
Oh, for God damn it! God damn it!
It's the camel.
I was literally about to say, if this is a fucking camel. I feel like we found an Easter egg.
Yeah. Now I need to go immediately in. Hang on, guys. I need to go immediately into Xanathars and see if I can now turn.
Oh god.
I think camel's actually standard creature book. It's just in the player's
I've just
handbook,
never
I'm
seen
pretty
one.
sure. No, you've never seen one. No.
For those who
You
don't
have
know,
now,
what-
though. So
for those who don't know what we're laughing at, this is
damn it.
essentially an interdimensional camel that we have encountered in every session that we have played with Nemo.
you don't know.
Dash, yes you can now, 1/8. Large beast.
I could be a camel.
God.
You are currently a ways from the camel, so although it is looking at you, you have not approached it close enough to interact with it. It is sort of in a crook in the side of the sort of area you're.
Every time, Nemo. Every time.
How wide is the river at this point?
It's not the widest river in the world. It's you can sort of see by the hex there where the bridge and all that goes. It's probably about an eighth of a hex. We've
More
established
impor-
how
more
big hexes are
importantly-
already.
Which of us here know what a camel is?
Well, let's see. Who of you have been in a desert?
I'm gonna go with no.
No.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
No,
The
it's
most of
swamp.
us is most likely a very odd horse.
Let me think.
Third of a mile.
Could I make a nature check just in case I've seen one like with a traveling troupe or something?
You can do. I feel like Thrak might have seen one actually.
It's-
Yeah, you would have. You would have seen a couple at the same time, and it was just sort of traveling nearby.
I'm looking at our lineup and I'm just going like forest, city, ocean, swamp, city, forest.
Because they're common caravan things as well, and I feel like Thrak, you would have seen one. It's pretty uncommon where you live. It'd be very uncommon wherever all you live, but you would have seen. I'm just thinking about the way the world works outside of Barovia. Because I planned all that out because I'm a crazy person.
Meh.
What an odd horse.
Odd horse.
That is actually a camel.
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 By any chance, is it capable of swimming 1,500 feet with 6 passengers?
I do not know.
Hadrian begins like trying to do like measurements out with his hands and thinking, I don't think so.
I mean, they're not
Basically,
attacking
now
us.
know to be called a camel is sort of looking at you expectingly, but still standing quite a distance from it.
I wave at the camel. Hello.
It tilts its head.
Nothing wrong with being polite.
I climbed the wall.
Bells
Just a reminder, it is surrounded by like barrels and crates and all sorts.
I'll have a look in said barrels and crates if they are
Right, how far away
unattended.
are we? It's probably
From
Uh,
camel.
You're probably at the distance where you'd have to shout if you were going to call out to it, so it's not.
Hello.
But yes, Mordecai, you want to? Sorry, what am I saying? Yes, Jew, the Lord of Flame. You want to look at the barrel?
Juju.
Yeah, go on, let's see what's available.
Dodo.
You go up. The camel turns to you and says, "You want to buy something?"
I immediately back away.
I'll follow Juju up.
Yeah, I would imagine Hadrian would have been walking with Juju out of curiosity. He doesn't back up and goes,
Mordecai, there is a quadrupedal person here.
Hadrian looks very puzzled. Did Hadrian hear the offer of you want to buy?
Yeah, you would have heard as you were walking up after Juju, as you like to say.
Horses can't normally talk, right?
Not to my knowledge. They have a hell of a bite to them.
Ah.
The
Hello?
camel hears you, Siri, and it lowers its head to you.
I feel like we should leave this to the BFG.
I put my 2 hands on its nose.
You do so. It makes one of those noises. It pulls away. It reaches into one of the barrels, and it leans back down and hands you a book. Gift for the child.
Hands.
Mouths.
What is the book?
The book. Remind me what languages you speak.
Like 3. Common, Draconic, and Elvish.
You do not know how to read the book, but you do recognize.
I recognise the script. Is that what I recognise, or?
Hadrian knows Common, Giant, Elvish, and Draconic.
So I'm gonna play my player's handbook to remember which alphabets apply to which languages.
I figured.
Dwarvish has Orcish and Giant. Elvish has Sylvan, and I think something.
I think it's the other way around. I think Sylvan has Elvish.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember because I just remember my version, which is different.
Page 123.
Thank you, Spook.
It is useless.
You're doing character, okay?
Charming that. Yes, you recognize Elvis' script, but you do not understand what it says on the cover.
Oh,
It's a very pretty book.
pretty.
Very pretty book.
Ah.
It's gold trim, sort of. almost
Do I
mahogany
understand
looking
it?
Colour. What languages do you speak?
Common, Draconic, and Undercommon.
You do not understand what's.
Okay.
Sarah just looks up at the camel, and she's got like big eyes, and she just goes, "Thank you, Mr. Camel." And then she just like
No
holds the
problem.
book, even though she can't read it, she's just like hugging it, just like. "Ee!"
Well, that's just the cover. You can open the book. I just wanted to specify that the cover was.
Oh, she'll flick it
what
open then.
is-
Important question: is it a quote-unquote standard-sized book?
It is a quote-unquote stand-sized book, so it is quite
It's about
large
this
for you.
big for
to
Sarah.
place it down.
Dad helps. Dad helps.
Is it a primer book so that she doesn't rip the pages?
I will reveal it to you.
I think it's a thing.
Don't expect
Rather
anything.
than talking about literature, should we inquire as to a boat, perhaps?
I mean,
Stilts?
Are we on
Climbing
water level?
equipment?
Feel free to read it out for the rest of the party if you so.
Oh god.
You'll carry on. I'm going to read this to myself first, rather than just reading it aloud.
Okay. The camel looks at
Are
you.
we on
So, you want
water
to buy
level?
something?
Are we on water level, or are we still higher than the water? Is the water below us and then the bridge is above us, or are we on water level?
You're at water level.
I do not
Like
fancy
it's
walking
probably
through the
about a couple of feet to water level, but you know it slopes from where you're currently standing.
My
Well, these guys
armor
work
will
out.
rust.
While these guys try and work it out, I'm going to keep an eye behind us because I'm aware that we're in a one-way passage with water on the other side.
Wait, can't you just swim through it?
Yes.
Adrian points up a finger. We were told not to swim into the river if we can avoid it.
Were we?
Yeah, we were told the water's dangerous.
The dad character will remember this because he's got a 4-year-old to mind.
It won't be
Then I
that
would
bad.
agree with you in not
Keep
swimming.
baby from water.
How fast does the water flow? Is it like swimmable?
It's not that far away from waterfall that you can see. So although the surface doesn't look fast, you, Marin, knowing water like you do, know that probably under the still water of the surface
That
there's
current's
probably
gonna be
quite a
hell.
current running through there.
Yeah. Okay, let's not swim that.
So yeah, it's fairly still on the surface though appearance. It's definitely running, but it doesn't seem it's not
You better go
whitewater
catch it.
rapids or anything.
Would I be able to judge if the like the side of the canyon's like climbable?
You look at it. It's getting cold out, and the mist makes everything very wet. It's doable, but you'd probably want something to like you're all right with your claws, for example. But not everyone here is going to be able to get the sort of grip they need into the stuff.
I would rather not climb 1,000 feet to a bridge.
I'm so pissed off that I'm 1 level off because we're level 3. I'm so pissed off I can't choose anything with the swimming speed.
Well, so we see if this lumpy horse has got anything to sell that might help. They help you guys get across. I mean, this is fine for me.
I was going to say it wouldn't be too out of the ordinary if you could perhaps get most of us.
I can't carry you.
I can turn into something quite small, which you can then carry.
I can't carry him. I'll point at Frack.
Okay, we need to make a
Perhaps,
decision now.
Perhaps a
going
number of our lengths of rope could be used. Or, excuse me, Mr. Camel, was it?
Yep.
Would you have any means of allowing us to get across the water for a small...
He's not moneybags.
I don't
Also-
have a boat, but you mentioned rope.
Because I had, yes, rope, because I have a thought that perhaps
Hempen or silk.
if hemp would probably be better.
He reaches into a crate and pulls out 50 feet of hempen. 1 gold.
Just a moment.
I feel like you have been here for a while. May I ask how the last group of people came and got across the river?
Never been here.
I'm going to do the best thing I have ever done. I would like to insight check the camel.
Go ahead.
If you insight check him and Nemo says he's got the hump with you, I swear to God I'm leaving.
Yes, you can tell the.
Oh, you cut out a little bit there.
You
Yeah.
cut out big time.
You can tell the camel appears to be interested in selling you. Beyond that, doesn't seem to care about much.
Also, I'm just gonna say this to point out. Even though if we get across the water, we're still gonna have to climb because we're in a canyon, which means both sides are, raised 1,000 feet.
That's
Yes,
a
but-
You do
fair
appear
Or-
to be in a canyon. You do
or
see
walk
that
back.
there's a forest over here, so you can't really see if there's a canyon on the other side. But your map would certainly imply that things start to go up, but it's hard to tell how far up.
There might be a path.
You never know.
around.
There could be, yes, exactly. There could be a path on the other side that leads upwards up the side.
Either way, I wouldn't swim that water. Or even navigate a boat on it. I suggest we go back and find a way around.
I'm not
Before it
designed
gets
to
dark.
climb or
Marin,
swim.
I'll say right now that you would have very little trouble swimming.
Yeah.
The others not so much, but you would be fine.
Oh,
What about Fishy Boy that has, the swim speed?
I thought you were just pointing at me again.
No, I was pointing
Yeah,
to
he
the
could do
crocodile.
that if he provided he's swimming, more surfacey. He couldn't probably go as deep as Marin, but he can. He could certainly swim as well.
So, this could be
Again.
a strategy.
It's a bit cold, especially
Again,
with
if we swim it, we can't get up the other side. I suggest we go
Yeah.
back before we waste any more time.
I mean, we could probably.
My other concern is how stable is the bridge?
We don't know from down
I'd
here.
rather cross down here and climb up the other side than climb to the top and cross the bridge and fall into the river. I highly doubt that there are
Okay.
servicemen that maintain the bridge.
Gotta be safer than climbing up a 1,000-foot sheer face.
Okay.
Mordecai, could you fly to the other side of the
buy a
river? and
climber's kit?
investigate?
I mean, 100% could fly across.
The camel just offered a climber's kit.
Why do you
Although
have
a good
climber's-
idea, I do not believe all of us would be able to use that prop.
I guess I could fly you up. It's just a long way to carry everyone.
No, just fly across the
He
river and
knocks
see if there's a
over-
way up.
He knocks over a small box that's on another box, and then in that box he pulls out a climb. 25 gold pieces.
Hayden looks at his very empty coin purse.
You've already had all of my money.
I sell many things.
Anything more interesting than the climbers get?
I sell shovels. Sell rations.
Just basic
Put
shit.
a ram.
That's not useful to me.
Have a glass bottle.
I don't want that.
Bucket.
No, I don't want them.
Bucket.
No, I don't want a bucket.
Bucket.
Magnifying glass.
No, I don't want them.
Whetstones.
No.
Rations.
Okay,
We said that already.
Abacus.
You got any more arrows?
For what now?
I sell arrows. Yep.
Can I get a couple of quivers of arrows just to hold on to, or like extra 20 arrows
Quiver as
maybe?
well.
Sure. Yeah, sure. Why not?
He knocks. He pushes aside a barrel, and there's another barrel behind it. He pulls out a quiver with about 20 arrows.
Sure. How much?
Quivers of gold, arrows in it. That's another gold, so 2 gold.
Sure. I'll give him 2 gold.
He spits out the arrows at you, and he takes the gold with his lips, and he puts it in a small.
Slot in his mouth. You're not interested in buying anything, are you?
No.
Depends on what you got.
Sorry, Hayden. I didn't know you spoke camel. I've got this lovely necklace. I put out that the platinum necklace with the topaz, the topaz ruby in it. Interested in some nice fine jewelry?
I could sell it for 750, so I'd have to make a profit.
Oh, of
I'd
course.
give you 700 for it.
Oh, yeah, sure. Sure.
He,
I'll
he
take
goes
that.
back to the box that he would just put the gold in, and pulls out a pouch this time, and quite a hefty one, and drops it, and 700 gold pieces.
Nice. I'll pick that up and take that.
Looks like there is money in the desert. I have a plan if you'll humor me.
This money's mine. I found
Wee.
the necklace. I sold the necklace. Okay.
Okay, your Zal's showing.
Kay plays loot whores all the time. Every character he's ever playing is a loot whore.
I updated the jewelry box.
So,
I sell other things if you're interested.
Anything magical? Now I've got. Now I'm loaded apparently.
Magical.
Yeah.
Most magical thing I probably have is a healing potion.
Does anyone want a
There.
healing potion?
Sarah,
have some
don't let
items
him pop.
Could be made into magical items. I've got crystals, orbs, rods, staffs, wands, Blank spell books, hourglasses, amulets, emblems, reliquaries. Nurses have some alchemist fire. It's not really magical, but you get the idea.
How did you come by all these things?
And how do they fit in all these barrels?
Some are in boxes, some are in urns.
Speaking of barrels, my
Like
thought
by a
was,
We're not playing the
Maybe.
Hobbit.
What?
I was
Well,
Barrels
thinking,
of 2 gold pieces.
if we get a barrel, tie rope to it, Mordecai, you could fly and pull the barrel through the water.
That'd be a lot of work.
It would be easier just to swim. Are you going to scout and see if there's a way up on the other side, or are we going back? We're wasting daylight.
Of course, we can
She's
scout.
correct in this.
Very
My
quickly.
thought was that we don't want to go swimming in the water because of what was said before, so hopefully if we don't have contact with the water, then Mordecai
That is a
can
good
fly.
point to make. The only problem with it, if I may, is that the only people who would need to seem to be quite amicable at swimming, and he points at the big scaly
Like to
butt.
buy a block and tackle.
No.
Weirdly, those could be useful.
To
What about
clarify, a block and tackle is a set of pulleys with a cable threaded through them and a hook to attach to objects. A block and tackle allows you to hoist up to 4 times the weight you can normally.
Hence why that might be worth getting.
Deus Ex Machina Camel.
You just imagine.
how
He just
much,
happens to have quite a wide selection.
how much is a block and tackle?
1 gold piece.
Hey, Dream Painter Man.
We literally all just saw you get to 700 gold!
The pure audacity of it.
Hadrian opens the
Hadrian
bag.
Hadrian
Hadrian opens his money bag and turns it inside out. And
makes
just
a stock
shows
market
it.
bid that says, "You buy it, dickhead."
Okay, I'll
No,
buy
that's
it.
what you do. Hadrian doesn't do that. He's got a child. He can't swear around.
Hadrian, I'm joking. Put your bag away.
Goes
How
for
about-
emphasis though, and he just shakes it in his face.
Hey, Bert. Hey, Bert. I didn't
Hey,
know
Bert.
this guy was a complete skinflint.
There's self-fishing gear.
No, we don't
some
want
musical
physics. Chap,
instruments.
Lumpy horse, be quiet.
Mm.
He's a camel.
We'll buy the block and tackle. Also, I want some healing potions and some alchemist fire.
I
'cause
only
that
have
sounds
1
good.
healing potion.
How much?
50 gold pieces.
50 gold. How much is the alchemist fire?
2 gold pieces.
Mother,
one thing you know about
they
this-
barter with
Sorry,
every
50
creature
gold
we come
pieces for the
across.
alchemist fire. I misread.
Yeah, no, I figured it was more than that.
The one thing I love about this camel is no matter what setting you find him in, he will never shill you on the price. It'll always be fair.
It's always.
It's always
Yeah.
the exact price.
Sure. How much alchemist fire have you got?
Why do you
I
want
got a
alchemist?
couple. Let me check.
It's interesting.
Alchemist
He,
fire can
pu-
be used.
he pushes down a few barrels and they sort of tumble. A big pile of them tumble into each other. Shifts around. He pushes an urn out with his face. He opens the urn. He pulls out another urn from that urn, and then another urn from that urn, and then he pulls out 2 vials of alchemist fire.
What is this fucking Russian doll?
They were made in Russia. Bliat.
2 vials.
Do anyone want the alchemist fire?
No, I want to get across the river.
Can
Today.
Can you drink it?
Yes. You can. You can
Ooh.
drink it. What tastes
You
very nice.
should not drink
It doesn't mean that you should.
I also
Exactly.
have acid.
I'm assuming I know what alchemist fire is, by the way.
I don't even
Same.
know what it. Hadrian doesn't know what it is. He just knows the word fire, and it does not want it around the child.
I can
Most
make it.
civilized people would know.
I was gonna say I can make an alchemist check if you want, but I think
I legitimately don't know what it does.
The name sort of says it all, really. You understand that it's a you're actually looking at it, and it's a vial, and you understand that fire is presumed to be produced from it. So you can only imagine when that vial hits something, there's going to be fire.
The D&D
Oh, boy.
equivalent of
it's
a
a
Molotov,
Molotov
cocktail.
cocktail.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
I will buy
We
2
gonna
bottles of...
good place this shit.
Yes. I'll buy the 2 alchemist fire, the 1 healing potion. If
That'd
you
be
throw in
150 gold pieces.
the block and tackle and like some rations.
No.
Really? I'm buying so much from you. It'd be a real good deal.
Mordecai, this camel is giving me the hump. Can we please cross the river?
Come on, Lumpy Horse.
You already made that
Sure.
joke.
You sure you don't want to do this?
Well, by the picture, he has 2, so I can get away with it.
150 gold pieces. I just smell tents and torches and sealing wax.
Okay, I hand in the money and buy all the stuff. The 2 alchemist fire, the healing potion.
I don't think we need sealing wax in the forest or anywhere else.
To be clear,
Hey
when I
man,
say
you don't know.
sealing
You might be
wax,
going
it's
somewhere
wax
where
that
you need
use to seal envelopes and stuff, not
Oh.
wax that you use on your seal. I don't know. People always make that mistake, and I don't know why people think you wax your ceiling. But
The
no,
American
sealing wax
word.
means wax the
It
ceiling.
just
sure the
seems
dust
like
doesn't
something
stick
that would
there.
happen.
You always need a good plasterer.
Yeah.
Also makes good emergency snack.
He uses
No,
his
it
lips to
doesn't,
take
Sarah.
the gold. And
Sarah, no.
like some
Sticky.
fishing tackle, you can go fishing.
Sarah, no.
No. Did he give us the block
Yep,
and
He
watch it
gave,
as well
he
for
gave
that?
you the healing potion, and no, he gave you the healing potion, 2 alchemist fire for the 150. Did you want to
Yeah,
buy the block and tackle?
Yeah, I'll buy that as well.
That's another gold piece then.
Okay, 151.
Do
Would you
not
like a
try
bag
to
for
shield
life?
the camel. Do not try to shield the camel.
They sell sacks.
Are we gonna go across this fucking river or what?
I was
Hold-
about to
It's a
say, I
banana
will
hold.
just
Wait,
dive
we're just
into
stuck
the-
here bartering.
Oil. Parchment.
Quiet, lumpy horse.
Dear.
Brock, could you be a deer and pick him up and take him away from the lumpy horse before he keeps making regrettable bartering decisions?
Mordecai, I am
I
coming to my
go
tether's
over, I
end.
grab him, and I throw him across the river.
Go! This bitch is empty of sails! Yeet!
Oh, not let that happen.
Make an
You
opposing
can't
grapple
be
check.
yeeted, you have wings.
You just fly!
You can be yeeted a distance. Ah, fuck!
Oh, so close!
Yeah, he eludes your
Slip out of
grasp,
the
but only
I'm wasting
you,
rolls.
you have hold of his arm for a second, but he manages to slip it before you can really put your hands behind.
I imagine it's just like, as I go to grab him,
I'll just pull my short sword and hold it to his neck. Don't touch me.
He doesn't like being touched. That's why we never
They
hug.
sell swords.
Are you sure
hammers
that's the only reason?
I just tap the sword.
I hug Juju.
and whips
Please stop.
Put it away.
and mirrors?
Mordecai, please. The river. Can we focus?
Finally, someone speaking sense.
I fly across the
I've
river.
been trying to.
Bagpipes,
I don't know what I expected, really.
thieves' tools.
What does Mordecai see on the other side of the river?
Yeah. I
Roll-
fly.
roll
I'm
a-
so in character that the lumpy horse is pissing me off.
Today on D&D, the party spends 3 hours trying to cross the river.
The
just
party
had a shopping
doesn't!
episode
Mordecai
with a camel.
spent 3 hours trying to borrow with a camel!
I mean, that wasn't 3 hours. That was like 3 minutes.
To be fair, he has quite a stock, and unfortunately, none of it's on display. It's all in barrels and shit. So, anyway, yeah, roll a perception check.
Sure.
You can see past the river. It's certainly traversable with the equipment you now have. You can see the forest past, but as you're up there flying, something hits you gently on the nose, and then bits and bits more start hitting you, and then eventually you on the ground start noticing, well, it's starting to snow very gently.
Great. Oh, I hate snow.
What is snow?
I'll fly up to the bridge as well. Does the bridge look?
Cold rain seems to be hitting you in the face. It's very soft, very underwater-like.
I'll fly up to the
What happens
bridge
when-
to see how structurally sound the bridge is as well.
Hadrian begins trying to gently explain to Thrak what snow is while you describe.
You fly up to the bridge while the camel keeps listing off various items it has in its inventory. You look- it takes a bit because it is 1,000 feet, but you go up there and I got the wrong book open. Oh, give me a second.
Hadrian has to every now and
roll me
again shift to left and right.
Investigation
to just, like,
check
get
in
the
this
snow off.
scenario.
Ooh. I'm really bad at them. No one laugh at this modifier.
I'm leaving. Goodbye.
Is that a natural one?
No, it's not a natural one.
It's a non-natural
It's a natural
one. He's
two.
a -1.
We actually get to use the term. It's an unnatural
Unnatural
one.
one.
I don't think we've ever used that before.
No.
You haven't.
I
You have an
definitely
unnatural one.
haven't. Jesus.
It happens with Ash a lot with initiative checks.
That's unfortunate, but true.
I think Ash's record is like -3.
I'm just picturing the Buzz Lightyear meme now where he looks at it and goes, this floor is made out of floor.
Before you, an arching bridge of mold-encrusted stone that spans a natural chasm. Gargoyles cloaked in black moss perch on the corners of the bridge. Their frowns, weather-worn. On the mountain side of the bridge, a waterfall spills into a misty pool nearly 1,000 feet below. You can see your friends. Hello!
We do not say hello.
Marin does not.
You
Sarah
are
does.
also vaguely aware, as you look very carefully at the stone, that it is in fact a material that is typically brought from the ground.
God bless you, Zero Live.
I will land on the bridge and just tap it with my foot to see if it falls.
Chance tap dancing.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime
my
bro.
granddaughter.
Performs the roguish traditional tiefling tap.
Tiefling
Second only to the 10-foot barge pole. Give it a tiefy tap.
Is there any particular place of the bridge you want to tap on? So when you're
Smack
landing
in the
on the bridge, do you mean like on the actual path of the bridge? On the,
Yeah, like in the middle of the bridge.
Okay.
Like,
you
straight.
land in the middle of the bridge. Gargoyles sort of looking at you with their ugly faces on either side.
Like they just look in the middle, or they move and look in the middle.
They're completely
So
still.
you look away and look back, and now they're all staring at him.
No, they're just there.
Don't blink.
No,
they're,
we're
on,
not.
They're on the four corners, so and there's some that look outwards and some that look inwards. If that's
Mhm.
two on each corner would be the
I get it.
accurate way of saying it.
I turn to
But,
Marin and say, if he falls, can you please rescue him? I
You
cannot.
tap on the You tap on the bridge. Nothing happens. You've landed. You tap your foot. Nothing. Makes a tappy noise as you'd expect your foot to do on stone.
Okay.
Although now that you're up here, you're noticing the snow is getting heavier, but that's possibly because your altitude just went up 1,000.
Yeah. I guess I'll fly down. And
You
teleport.
fly down to join your comrades.
Yeah, and
to
teleport.
hear
That's fine.
a lumpy horse continue to list off inventory.
Tell us we're leaving.
He is on
bridge is-
item 186. He has a large inventory.
The bridge is fine if you want to climb.
Ball bearing.
If we want to go
Alpha.
back and go out,
If you want to climb the cliff and go on the bridge, yeah. If you want to go back around, which will take forever, fucking like, it's fine. The bridge is fine.
Well, we
That's
have
awesome.
one climbing kit and a flyer.
What about this block and tackle we bought? Is that the sort of thing that like a pulley across a river,
Yeah,
or like a lift?
You could
up?
use it as a pulley across the river, or you could use it as a pulley with a climbing kit. Either way, it's a. You also
We-
bought 50 feet of rope, I suspect. So
Yes,
I
Sorry,
mean,
I was
I
just looking.
could technically probably climb up using the block tackle thing.
block and tackle will work, but
'Cause it'll
it is a
increase my
1,000
carrying.
foot cliff.
That is a very
yeah,
long
it's quite a
climb.
climb. It will take quite a while.
And to
Unless you
wade
have
across
some
the
sort of
river is about
climbing
1,500
speed,
feet.
It's going to take a while.
The
The
question
climber's
is,
kit will. Because it's
who,
very wet.
who is confident at climbing and who thinks
No,
they need a lift?
No.
1,000 feet. The amount of time it would take, you are going to pass out.
I would
You
be
will
like a
fail a
gecko.
con check and you will plummet.
The only character I know of in all of our D&D games that could pull that off too are Glory and Grunt. That's it.
And even then, that is a struggle, a 1,000-foot climb.
Glory
Okay,
the
so should we
struggle.
start heading back?
You haven't really checked that forest on the other side of the river to see if there is actually another way up across past the bridge, but that's you're gonna have to travel a bit away from your hide.
We'd have to, yeah, that'd be able to cross the river. Fuck.
You can fly though, so you can cross the river, no problem.
just saying it now for-
area.
I'm saying it now for everyone's sake of humor. Just picture the pulley system that Mordecai's using on Thrak, but it's just the T-Rex getting lifted in Jurassic Park.
Okay, we need to decide now.
Do you want me to check the other side to see if there's a route up?
Are we all confident swimming this thing?
We don't have to. If
No, but
Mordecai's
this is
willing
the
to.
lesser of two evils.
We
If
could
Mordecai's
Then
willing
check.
to.
We
We just need to start making decisions.
We
I
could
would
fasten
prefer to
the
ride
rope-
across in a barrel. If my armor
Yeah.
gets wet, it will rust.
We could fasten the rope over the side, use part of the
I saw
pulley
barrel.
system, and we can just sit everyone in a barrel each and pulley system it across.
Okay, then go check. See if there's a way out.
Let's have a
You
look.
can actually board a barrel, incidentally.
Not yet.
I'm
but
sure we have the
Yeah.
money for it.
I fly across to check it out.
Mordecai, take me with you, and I turn into a mouse and jump up into his arms.
I've already gone.
Denied.
We're
Mordecai,
not
take me
fuck-
with you.
I revert back to Hadron form because the 1 point of fall damage was enough.
As he's flown off into the distant forest, the camel continues. I sell blow nets, circles.
I am vetoing from this. I walk away from the camel a good 30, 40 feet.
I roll in the snow away from the camel, following you.
I'm sitting and
Yeah,
just,
this-
I'm still sitting and looking at the book, just like, can't read this, but it's cool.
I pick
I'm
up the
sticking my
child,
tongue
pick
out,
up-
collecting the snow.
If I sent that correctly, you should be able to at least read.
Yes, I can read the first sort of paragraph. She's like, she's looking at the big words and trying to understand them.
I get you.
The big words. Let me do it. I can do it. B E.
Acetaminophen.
Alright. This takes a bit, but make a perception check.
I can do that.
Yeah, you can.
22, very good. At first, it doesn't look like there's going to be, but you do see something that looks like a bit of a goat path. You head towards it, and you're looking at it, and you think, oh, but maybe not, and then you sort of look a bit to your right, and you're like, oh, there's a path.
Is that like actually
It's
in
a
the
fairly
forest? Or...
easy slope that
A
sort of goes
perfectly
into the
good
forest.
path.
Thank God.
It's not an actual path, but it is where it's sort of just where the hill sort of slopes more slopey than sheer cliffy.
Do we have to enter this forest to get in to get to that path?
Well,
Or-
you've already gone through that forest.
Yeah, but you have to go through it to get there.
That's why you were looking around, and you are more at this end of the far end of the hex, so more close to this hex.
Over here
And
somewhere.
that's where the slope goes up, and it seems to go up more in that direction.
Okay. I will fly back and tell the group that we can cross the river.
While Mordecai's gone,
Oh, you bitch.
I'm not going to do anything. Can I just sit for a second and just examine this water to see if there's anything in it, like moving around?
There is water in it.
Very funny.
mean,
Roll a perception.
I'm gonna say
Oh,
I
boy.
was in the water earlier.
I just because he's going to be gone for a minute. I'm just going to sit and really try and work out why we've been told to worry about it.
Cast identify on the water.
I nearly just rolled persuasion.
You're not
I
here, my
persuaded
lord.
the water to tell me
Kels, roll a perception check.
I'm rolling that.
Water, tell me your
Okay.
secrets.
No, zebra butt, tell me your secret.
Okay, as you look into the water,
Oh my god.
Oh.
Ooh,
Okay, I'm gonna get a drink while that's happening.
fair enough.
I mean, I was sitting in the water
bother.
earlier.
back at camp.
They've even told us at camp not to go in the water. But yet here I went.
To be fair, you didn't dive deep in it. You were just like at the edge of it, doing like little kitty.
And now your soul has been corrupted by the washed up and damned.
Yeah, right.
You need the Purcell to cleanse your soul.
Oh, and also, because I happened to play Dark Souls the other day with my one buddy, that like random guard or random red character that we met, I think it was a Dark Souls reference. Because that's what
That's what happens when an NPC or a PC enters your world.
yeah. So I think that's
Spook, how dare you! You have that from my campaign!
I think yours one said something different, but I think I've lost that page.
Yeah, that one's very firmly written in this notebook.
Because I missed out the first page by accident. This is like classic D&D. You come across a river. Well, shit.
It's not just a normal river. This is Barovia. Resume
Barovia.
everything. Presume everything in D&D is just like, if it's Barovia, and presume it's like the Dire. So is it a Barovia river? It's a Dire river.
It's a dire river.
Is it a Dire Badger? It's a Dire Badger.
You awake to find yourself in a dire, dark room!
Yes, actually.
I got chips.
And
They're multiplying.
Oh.
K and Das are going to be insufferable when they can both fly.
On the plus side, Spook, it'll be level 8 before I can fly.
It's a while away.
Why would it be insufferable? I was simply just trying to buy some stuff before I flew across the river to my death.
Spook, now you get to enjoy what I enjoy.
My first serious character.
Hey, I'm pseudo serious.
I'll play one of them characters eventually.
Yeah, like 2050 or something.
Yeah, it's just not my style.
Not about that life.
No.
You really think we'll be still playing this in 2050? 32
hope
years
so.
from
Yep.
we'll all be aging towards our 60s? Okay,
At that point, you know, we'll all be in perfect time to retire, and so we can all, you know, be in the same same place at that point.
Blue mood, but yes, narrow.
Welcome back.
Hello.
So whilst this has been happening, Hadrian got bored and has been making snow angels. There's just a bunch of furball-sized snow angels.
Yeah, the snow actually is at the point where you can actually make snow angels, and it is sort of pooling on the water. The water isn't of any threat of icing at the moment, but yeah, it is. That snow's getting heavier.
Eventually, Sarah gets a little frustrated and shuts the book and holds it up to Hadrian and is like, "Nah, words,
What's the matter?
words, hard, nah."
He picks her up, puts her in his lap, and goes, "Okay, show me."
Shows him the front cover, which is in a language that she doesn't know.
And the same for Hadrian.
Yep. Remind me what language you speak, Hadrian?
Giant, common, draconic.
Elven, did you say?
I
Bass?
think we're losing Das a bit.
Oh, sorry.
That's his dad.
Common,
Yeah.
Elvish,
Got that.
Giant, and Common, Elvish, Giant, Draconic.
Yep, okay. No, you can't read the title. But you
I
can
can-
read what's inside the book, which I believe you are available to see.
The Odd Story book.
Yes.
Would Hadrian? He'd understand that it's the same dialect as Elvish, is what you were saying earlier, didn't you? Like he'd
Same
understand that
alphabet,
this was like a. Yeah, it's like the idea of, oh, I can tell this is Italian kind of thing. I can't read Italian, but I can tell it's Italian.
You haven't had that much experience with other languages to know what the written word of a lot of languages look like, but you just know that this is Elven alphabet.
We'll figure out what that means one day, but for now, let's read the inside of the.
Just pray that it doesn't mean do not open.
I can check it's safe if you want.
I mean, it's a bit like Sarah has already been reading it.
Yeah, Sarah's been already reading it. Hadrian's looking over her shoulder as
Like,
she does.
she's been reading it for like a good 15 minutes while Mordecai was flying about, and she's now gotten frustrated that she's struggling to read it and gone to an adult for help.
Marion's kind of only half paying attention.
So this is all while that stuff is happening.
So yeah, you can read it out and the rest of the group can hear if you so wish, or however
Okay.
you want to.
Hayden will. And he's like running the finger across to help Sarah learn.
Yeah. Anything that has like more than like 8 letters, she struggles with.
She is beyond understanding.
Understand.
She uses the word love, but thinks of all things as far below her notice. She holds things where she thinks they belong. Hope you never invite her gaze, for she is to be feared more. Do not seek the power of the red and blue.
For red.
You just begin scrolling through until he finds the bits of the poems.
I would suggest don't read the entire thing because we will be here for half an hour.
That's fair. I can tell. I synopsize the reading, and the poem is in another language we can't read. But he says that it was a Fiona MacLeod that wrote the first part. Words together.
Read more.
We'll read more later. Meanwhile, Hadrian just takes 2 clumps of snow and just puts it up to her cheeks. Would you do to fish?
It is times like this as I wish I had a coat.
I'm just remembering that picture of Jon Snow. Fucking blizzard.
Hadrian gets up, still with Sarah in his arms, and just like leans over and around Juju. Juju.
This is making me less comfortable.
It's making you warmer though.
Blizzard man, how can you possibly stand there without a shirt on and be fine?
I'm cold-blooded.
And incredibly thick skull. Where is that blasted tiefling?
Yeah, I'm
Hadrian-
also thick-skinned. So
Hadrian's just got his head on yours currently, just like the.
Yeah, I'm flying back once I've checked the path, so whenever I turn up, I turn up.
You fly back to see some breeding, and the camel continuing to list his inventory.
Fucking damn it!
Item 486.
So we can cross the river, and there is a path over there.
Excellent. I was starting to miss the furniture that was trying to eat me.
So
There
yeah,
is furniture?
I realised
The
I
water
had a
should be
problem.
fine as well. Nothing really wrong with it.
Well, if I could get a barrel to travel across the river in.
I realised I had a prop this entire time. Yeah!
Oh dear God!
appropriate size. Fuck.
Yeah, the water's fine. Current's a little weird,
Would
but
be big enough.
nothing in it.
You're
Insight
sure
check.
there's nothing in it?
I mean, like fish.
Can I insight check?
The fish are important.
Of course there's stuff in the river. There's water in river.
I don't trust this bitch.
I mean, if you're in a barrel, you'll be fine.
I don't trust the fish.
Insight check, Marion. Is there shit in this river?
Well, Juju, you could ride on my back.
I resent every word that you just said to me.
Merrin appears as unreadable as the river itself.
Okay.
Well, to your eyes, anyway.
Yeah, of course.
Mordecai, if you wanted to, you could pick up Sarah and me and take us across in one go.
And if I don't want to?
Then you're just being unreasonable.
Well, if we say please.
Please.
Just a
Even
reminder,
if-
you haven't actually bought a barrel yet.
Yes, even if he could take you two, he still cannot carry myself and
Right.
my armor.
I mean, I thought you were buying a barrel, so
I have no money.
you got no money at all.
I gave it
you
for
do
the
with-
hotel.
What did you do with the money we got on the last job? You spent it all already.
Who has to spend their money whenever we go anywhere?
I have bells.
Your motto is,
I
I'll
go
deal
with
with
water.
the income, you deal with the outcome.
I bought you a drink in that tavern one time.
Jesus.
Leave him.
I
you
dip
what,
a foot into the
Current
water.
calendar?
You put your foot in the water. Fortunately, although you are technically cold-blooded, the humanoid species of lizardmen have developed quite many metabolic systems to maintain their temperature, such as fatty tissue and whatnot.
Right.
But yeah, it is quite cold to your species, but at the same point, you could survive this. It's not going to hurt you. It's unpleasant, but it's not gonna kill you.
As Grog said, he's now a 1-inch cube.
Mordecai, can you please purchase me a vessel?
Lumpy horse. How much for a vessel?
I don't sell boat.
Wow, we found something he doesn't sell.
Huzzah! A non-magical
fidget-
item that he does
I
not
sell
sell.
toy boat.
Toy
That
boat.
will not help us.
It's to be fair, it's in a bottle.
Would it help Juju get across the river?
No, it's a toy boat in a bottle. He restates.
I require a barrel
Is it like
I
the
sell
boat
barrels.
in a barrel?
big enough
Like
to contain one hobgoblin in armor.
Yep, I got a barrel like that.
How much?
He goes looking for said barrel. Where do we have barrels listed? Here he pushes over some crates. He finds a particularly large crate. Pulls out a tiny little box out of it. Opens up, pulls the key out of that, and uses it to open up another crate where a large barrel rolls out. And he says, 2 gold pieces.
You've really not got 2 gold pieces, Juju. Just 2.
2 things. Number 1, I am completely skint. Number 2, please buy me a barrel, you skinflint.
I also sell poison pots.
I give him 2 gold and take the barrel.
Thank you.
He takes the 2 gold with his lips and he rolls the barrel open. Fairly big
Cool.
barrel. Hadron's gonna have a hard time fitting in it, but
Wild shape.
You are most generous, Mod. And I shall pry the lid off it and sit inside it.
Well, let's get to the edge of the water first. Climb out again.
Okay.
The barrel in question isn't sealed, so taking the lid off is not a no.
Okay.
Adrian assists in lifting the barrel.
So, you're going across in the barrel.
Yes, I shall carry with me the tiny rat and the BFG,
Sarah looks around in confusion.
and I'm assuming
This is a
Marion and the
perfume.
lizard man will swim. Please, can we do this now? The camel is talking again.
Let us begin then.
Bro.
I can go last to make sure I catch anyone who has any trouble.
We'll
And
tie
so-
like some rope around the barrel so we can sort of pull it along.
I've only
That
met
is
one
what the
camel in my
pulley
life,
system is for.
and I already hate
Yeah,
the species.
and attach it to the pulley system.
Alright, Mordecai, roll an athletics check.
Oh, why?
I wild shape into a rat for the. Actually, no, I'm gonna wild shape into a badger.
Are you wild shaping the badger and you happen to...
I'm gonna wild
There is-
shape into
there-
something that is.
There is now a
within the
barrel
spot.
and a lizard moving around somewhere in the lower areas of this barrel you're standing.
We're like running around your feet like the sheep around the car.
Just a small hand clutching the book, like just holds it up and is like, eh! And then because she's struggling to hold the book up, it like bonks onto you slightly, dunk against
Yep.
you.
She lifts up the book and it hits you right in the nads.
I'm gonna take that book off her.
But hey, you have armor, so you have a iron cutlass.
Heavy armor mastery, you resist the damage.
Yeah, you got the armor, so fortunately it doesn't. It wouldn't have hurt much anyway because it was perfectly accidental. She's only a little lizard thing, but
If he tries to grab the
you're
book-
like, it does make you instinctively sort of stand up straight.
That is where my fighting style came in. That's where the defensive is.
If he tries to
All
grab the
mad
book, he just
protection.
picks up the book with Sarah clinging onto it.
There is now a badger clinging to his other arm. Just like, nah, nah.
I swim across.
We crossed the river. Finally.
Okay, yeah, you gotta. Mordecai's rolled his athletics check. I would like Juju to roll his a dexterity check just to
Oh, for
make sure that
fuck's
he's not
sake.
going to tip this barrel.
Just to make sure they both roll their worst rolls.
You
Mordecai
do
does
strength,
the
you do
dex and I do the
dexterity.
strength. Fuck's sake.
It's a
Dex-
barrel, so it's not exactly going to sink even if it starts taking on water because it's made of wood. But at the same point, you stand to get very
Is it
Oh.
a dex saving throw?
just a dex.
If it does start
Sex,
taking
sex.
on water,
Technically, they're the same thing.
Acrobatics, if you like.
if it does start taking on water, that badger's gonna drown, son.
That badger's about to be
This
pissed.
is why I'm going last, as someone who's very good
The
at
barrel doesn't completely capsize, but it does tip to the side and it fills with water. None of you are stupid, so you all get out of the barrel and are holding on to the barrel as it gets pulled along on its side. It's a bit awkward, but you get there. You're cold. You're all cold and you're all wet.
Just the mental image of Mordecai just like watching this from the shore. As he sees a barrel with Juju clutching it, with a badger clutching him, and Sarah clutching the badger and a book.
Yep.
The book is between the badger and Sarah.
Worth noting, the book seems to be quite in good nick. The water, it seems the water ran right off it. Must be waxed.
Wunderbar.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
put it across
You all
like a
get to the other
crocodile.
side safely, but all cold and wet.
Yeah, I'm
And it is quite cold, especially for the Marin. You won't care, but the people who took the unceremonious barrel dip and the lizard man, you're a bit cold because of the wet.
To
You
stop
might want to dry off because that snow's getting heavier.
Once I get off onto the shore, I change back into Hadra's form, which is dry because that form didn't get wet, and none of my items did either. So I reach in and grab a towel, and I just grab Sarah up in a bundle.
She's just there
You-
shaking.
That's not entirely how that works, but having said that, the amount of water a badger can hold on its skin, fur, whatever, is not nearly enough to cover Hadron, so you are
My
mildly
knees
damp
wet.
in an
Are you,
area on your chest.
are you making us question the absorption of a badger?
Yes,
I believe he is. Yes.
Let's not focus on that.
because I know the absorption of a badger, and I also know the flight speed of an unladen.
Yes.
Moving on.
Please no, please no.
Right, the rest of you are going to freeze to death if you stay in the wet like that.
Marin, you are unconcerned as all
Yeah,
hell.
I
You
don't
could,
give a fuck.
You could dive into
I
the deepest, coldest
shake like a
water
dog.
imaginable.
I require.
You shake like a
sit
dog,
down.
but yeah, you're quite cold and you're still a bit wet. Shaking doesn't help so much when you don't have third person.
I'm gonna start taking my arm.
You're gonna start taking a
Oh, hey, you know what we could use right now? A fire.
Yes.
Hey, did you just buy some alchemist fire?
Should we take a short rest?
Do not throw that here.
I just have Sarah in a bundle currently, just like rubbing it all over to try and dry it.
Oh, it's like a
Yeah,
little
'cause it's not being-
burrito.
Yeah, you're
It's
just a
getting
little
heavier and
burrito,
heavier as
right?
time goes on, so it is getting. Yeah, the trees are starting
We
to
should
go white.
probably get some
quite
cover
large.
Is it,
in the
man?
tree.
Yes, please get some firewood. I have a tinderbox.
How far are we going to be from the next town over? Is it going to be worth it to just like power sprint in there?
The next town over is
Well, wherever we were
Valaki.
Oh,
Valaki's. We're barely halfway there.
Jesus, we're going to
And we spent a lot of time there.
have to.
I mean, we said we could get there in a day, but that's assuming that we don't spend too much time resting.
Or camel plotting.
Yes, or, spending an hour to get across the river.
It would be 5 mile in a straight line. I do not want to walk 5 mile in freezing cold clothes when it's snowing. I will catch pneumonia and die.
Very fair.
Have a short stop, warm up.
To be fair, it was kind of cold already with the mist, but with the snow, it is like getting really down. It's really down.
If we think we can start a fire and it will stop you all freezing to death, we should do it.
Yeah, maybe
Please.
by the edge of the forest, just to get a little bit of cover, maybe.
You get into an area under the trees to protect you from the snowfall, and I take it who's going to start collecting fire?
Give me a second,
I
I'm
would-
looking at
I'm just gonna keep watch while
once everything
we're setting up a
loads.
mini
It's
camp.
loading so slow.
So yeah, what's everyone doing?
I'm a burrito.
I'm
You're a
going to
burrito.
keep watch
Keeping
while
what?
they go and find firewood.
I take one of my hand axes and go get wood.
It's not hard. There's wood all over the place. There's forest and exactly kept. So
I don't know why. I just pictured him standing next to a tree and hits him with the
With a-
flat of the axe, just going bang, and the tree just going.
and with the axe, you can cut. There's,
See,
there's quite wood in
tree,
town. You
axe.
could cut some of the more dead parts, and there are dead parts there.
I produce flames and just like have it as like a little, like literally like the matchstick girl currently thing in the center of all of us.
I'm just keeping watch in general.
I picture Hadrian.
Yeah, I'm gonna
After you.
I'm gonna
The
keep
people
watch
keeping
and practice with
what are you going to practice with, Wave? Sorry,
rapier.
rapier. He goes to the. He goes to he undoes his trident thing. Do you have a rapier on you?
I think so. Wait, let me check something. I do.
Okay, you show him the rapier. He looks at it, and he sort of spins it around a bit with his funny face tendrils, and eventually he seems happy with having had a good look at it. And he goes to your hand. He puts his eye on the back of your hand and with it closed. With his beak facing outwards, he wraps his tendrils around in sort of a very similar shape to the handguard, in a fancy sort of with gaps, but it's still a handguard sort of thing. So you can hold on to him quite easily, and he stretches his tail out as long as he can, and it makes a very pointy rapier.
This one. Cool. I'm gonna do
It
that. I'm
is
just gonna
a
like wander
fascinating
around
thing
while
to
we're
see.
doing this.
It also means the back of your hand is guarded by a hard beak.
I just want to practice that while I'm just like wandering around, just keeping an eye out.
Yep, he has no trouble picking that up. Yeah, much like that. Only imagine an weird fecking thing doing.
Now add octopus.
It's not really an octopus. It's a
The thing
Fucking
from
weird.
Splatoon.
yeah. Well,
Skipping. But yes, I produce flame in one hand and a burrito in the other.
so you making a
Oh no, I'm literally just holding it like I have Sarah up against the chest, but I have the produce flame in front of me kind of thing, and it's like trying to keep her.
you've got the wood. I'd like the people who are watching guard make perception check. The one training with wave. I'm going to say you could do it, but with disadvantage.
I'll do it with disadvantage. That's very fair.
I don't get advantage because I'm in a forest, right? I don't know how favour terrain works. I don't think. No.
Is forest your favourite terrain?
Yeah, but I don't think this comes into play on any of the things I wrote down.
I think favourite terrain is like difficult terrain, can't get lost, can
Yeah,
find
it's like
food.
it's like I'm always alert, so I wouldn't be. I'd be surprised if I'm like foraging for food and stuff. But it doesn't.
Paranoid.
Yeah, this doesn't really affect it.
But yeah, the three of you are looking.
Oh, Jesus. God damn it.
One of
I
the
hate when he does
Who
that.
died? Who died?
Spook, got spook.
He got him! Oh wow, is this what it's like to not be in DM's whispers
Yeah.
when someone else is down there?
How does it feel?
It's been a while, Carls.
Feels like ignorance.
It's great, isn't it?
Was more random shit just said? Is that what's happened?
Probably.
Oh, you don't know.
Waluigi's not
I'm
gonna
not
be
even
in
sure
Smash
Spook's
Bros, guys.
aware that I took him down into whispers there. I'm not even sure if Spook was aware I took him into whispers.
No, he's just stood there rubbing himself on tiny chats, and someone needs to move him back down because I don't think he's clocked it.
No.
I'm very cold.
Choo choo.
It sounds
And
like
it is
dinner is in the
quite
distance.
Sounds like what is in the
Mhm.
distance?
Can hear goats or something neighing.
Watch it whip.
Want to go for a hunt?
If it is another camel, I swear to God.
I would recommend we all stick together and then move as soon as we can.
Indeed,
Warm
let
up
us just
those
try
of
to
you
get
who need to
warm.
warm up.
I mean, to
As soon
actual
as-
food would be nice.
As soon as my armor is dry, I'm ready to move.
Campfire put up, Hadrian puts the produced flame into it, and it ignites.
You set up a campfire. It's quite easy. You start to dry off. By the time you've dried, though, the snow is getting really, really bad, and the wind's really picking up with it as well. You're under the trees at the moment, which is the only reason you're not getting covered in snow, but it's getting pretty snowy even under these trees.
We may need to find somewhere to hide in a cave or something for a brief period. Walking through this snow is just going to be dangerous.
Yeah.
I fear for what could be living in said cave, though.
Agreed.
Well, it's
Well, we at
find
least have the
some
choice
shelter
of fighting it in somewhere somewhat dry, or fighting whatever lives in blizzards. I would prefer if we did the safe thing and try to find somewhere.
Probably is the safer option.
Very well, let us head to the top of this hill and see if we can get a vantage point.
So that's what you do?
Hadrian's going to be at the front, Gandalfing with the staff, just spatting snow off.
Do we take a short rest while we're waiting for it to dry off?
Yeah, I'll say you've taken a short rest.
Cool. Help me.
I don't know if I get anything on a short rest.
Majority of classes don't.
Not that I've really used anything. I've used like 8 spell slot.
Alright. So, Hadrian, you're moving through the snow and so you say you're looking for a cave, are you?
Yeah, probably. Can I make a survival check?
Yeah, who would like to? Who wants to make the survival checks?
I'll
Two
be
of
out
yous.
there helping, so
It's up to you. Two of you can make the survival checks.
you're helping.
I'm not a survivalist.
I am a
No, thank you.
survivalist.
There you go.
Nice.
Adrian. Very good.
Good stuff.
You do manage to find a cave, and it's pretty much just in time because that snow's really starting to, starting to get up to your knees and stuff. It's getting quite.
Okay.
I'll just move you over.
Oh no, there's a map.
Fuck.
Also, you've heard this music, yeah? You can hear this? You know what piece of music this is?
I'm fucking aware.
I think everybody knows this music.
Okay. Are we all at the entrance to the cave, right?
Yep, it's the ground is white outside, but you're all at the entrance of this cave. The squares are they should be
Adrian is going to perform produce flame again. Just have a flame in hand, just in the inside as a source of.
Adrian, wait.
Are we going to see a fat white man?
Let me check it out. I think I'm very difficult to see in the darkness, so it'd be better if we go in without a light.
Alright, so where are we coming in from? We're coming in from the right, is it?
I would assume so.
Yeah, it's a wide entrance, and then it goes into further into the entrance is still fairly cold because it's a fairly
Okay.
wide entrance, but as you go further in
Oh, please don't
through
see
this
some
way,
else.
obviously it'll start to get warmer as it takes less wind, but this is fairly open, but it's quite covered, so and the wind is coming from that direction, so the
Yeah,
snow is sort of piling up
You think
outside the cave.
I've
You
wiggled
think
out
this
of
is-
the burrito.
you think this is just a background to the map? No, this is snow.
That's snow.
Yeah, that's the
Right. If you don't mind, let
It's
me.
both the background to the map and snow because that's easy for me.
Could you get back? Let me scout the cave just to make sure there's nothing in there.
Are you absolutely certain?
I'm very difficult to see in the dark. Just trust me on this one.
But are you
Very well.
smell
I'll be
in the
behind you.
dark?
I'll quickly skim through the cave. I am actually very difficult to see in the dark.
What's your
I-
safe word?
Go ahead and roll a stealth check for
I'll
starters.
give you that.
Yes.
Just so you're aware of that.
I'm gonna just stand here with my weapons out.
Dreadstalkers.
With the one thing, guys,
That one.
and
Dread Souls, love.
It's
Oh my God,
it's a
he's
back.
Dreadstalker if it's in this campaign.
Excellent. And also roll a perception.
perception.
This is where he doesn't even see himself. What the fuck?
He has dark vision, but he can't see.
Excellent.
He's invisible to things with dark vision. Where did my body go?
You scout out the cave and you have a good look around. It looks like there's been camps set in here before, but it's been a very long time since that's happened. Because the camp that's in there is nothing's been left behind per se, except for what looks like there was a fire pit here at one stage because they've set up stones and there's very old charcoal sort of stuff's in there. You also see this area, which is a lake. You find you find some old cloth in there. You imagine somebody was washing in there, some ratty old thing, and it's half fallen apart. You also find a coin in there. Someone might have thrown in for good luck. It's a silver coin, so you can pocket that.
Thanks.
And yeah, besides that, that's about all that's in the cave.
Okay, I'll just head out and let them know that it's safe in the cave. Guys, it's safe in the cave.
Is it safe by your standards or by my standards?
By my standards.
That doesn't fill me with confidence.
Is this the only way in or out? I ask. Wanna go?
As far as I'm aware.
When you look
Okay.
around, there was nothing that would suggest that big entrance there is the only way in or out. There is no openings of any size.
You can't see.
Me.
Okay, I'll suggest
BFG is going to have to hold the hand of the child as she guides him through the cave.
I could
Yeah,
perform
basically.
produce flame.
it's okay if you have a light now. I suggest taking it towards. It looks like some old fire pits towards the back of the cave. If you keep the light to the back of the cave, and those that can see in darkness maybe watch out near the front.
That
Very
is
well.
a good idea.
Lead the way.
What's currently happening is the soccer player being led onto the pitch by the 5-year-old.
I'll point them to wherever the fire pit or what it looks like there was campus before.
And I just keep a hand on Hadrian because I also cannot see.
Oh.
Sarah's got like the biggest smile on her face. She's just like, yeah!
I will go at the back to make sure no one falls behind or like gets lost.
Righto.
Actually, because she's probably
The
too
snow
small
is coming
to
down
hold
in
Hadrian's
sleet
hand,
at this
she's-
stage. It's starting to look like it's going to be a blizzard.
Oh, cool. Tritons can't see in the dark either.
Great.
I can actually see in magical and non-magical darkness.
Because
She's a warlock.
Actually.
That's good at least. I thought we were going to have 3 blind people there, like, well, this was a terrible idea.
So yeah, because Sarah's probably too small to actually reach Hadrian's hand, she's probably holding Thrax's hand, who is then holding Hadrian's hand.
Safety train.
No. If anything, Hadrian's gonna be holding my tail, just like, yay, steer.
Turn left! There's no left here. Turn left! That's a frigid cliff! Turn left!
To speed things up a little bit, you go in the cave and there's nothing in there. You can set up a camp with a fire quite easily and make yourselves comfortable.
While we wait out a blizzard.
There was nothing else in here, was there, Mordecai?
Probably not.
Reassuring.
There wasn't.
Probably not.
There was nothing.
Yeah,
nothing
move
else
yourselves
happened
to
it.
wherever.
Yeah, I don't know where we're doing.
Where was the campsite area?
I assume near the back-ish. I don't know.
Right.
You can set up a campfire wherever you want. The campfire that used to be there was there.
We'll set it up. I'll draw a fire.
Ta-da.
Turn.
Artiste.
High five across the internet.
I throw my produce flame into it.
I'll add some logs to the fire as well. They're brown, so you can't see them.
And can if you zoom in far enough.
Okay, who put the yellow brick in there?
Get that book out of the fire. Come on, guys. Okay.
Oh god, the wood is gross.
Stop drawing the fire, guys! Your point has been made.
This is our fireplace! It's our sanctuary!
I'll wait just a little bit away from the fire.
Sanctuary!
I'd put a sock up on the wall.
Just generally in darkness, just an old.
Do you
party box.
honestly believe we're getting visited by Santa?
No. It'd be funny as shit though.
The camel comes in.
Just with a fucking white
With a
beard.
I have elves. I have toys.
Yeah.
I've got elves for your shells.
He's got jingle bells on like a harness, like a reindeer.
I have bells. I have mistletoe. I have tinsel.
No,
Can everyone roll a perception check?
Yes.
Ah, my favorite combination of words.
Everyone loves a
Everyone
perception
roll
check.
A perception check.
Yeah, I'm keeping watch by the door. But
Yeah,
Thank
I'm kind of
God
at the
I'm
back
not
there.
the nothing. I thought for a second I had the 14, then I was like, nah, spook
I was
it.
literally about to ask about a watch rotor.
Did you want to roll?
Public roll.
yeah, I'm generally just waiting in the dark.
Juju did
Okay.
roll.
Oh, yeah, it did too.
No one
I'm
rolled
not
exceptionally well.
Oh well, no,
17
Okay.
good.
crack the door out.
Everything seems good.
This is the most terrifying thing you've ever said. Everyone make a perception check. Everyone.
Everything seems good.
You can't insult the DM.
If only that were a thing.
Inciting the DM would make you too powerful. No one knows the mind of an eldritch being.
So we just.
Maybe it would just say like, he'd just say, it's too difficult to read.
How long does the snow last for? Does it like go through the night or?
I'm gonna hazard a guess it's gonna go through the
Right.
night
Oh,
at
that's-
least.
Yeah.
You've been here for about a few hours. It's starting to get to time for sleep. You guess because you can't
Yeah.
see sunset.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I think it would take a long rest.
however,
and decay.
you're standing guard at the moment.
Uh-huh.
So you're the first to see this.
God.
Goat's head peers around the corner. It is covered in snow. It's a bit big for a goat. Seems to be. It seems to have a sack with it.
God fucking.
Does it see me? I'm like I'm trying to be in the
It's
darkness. if that
looking
helps.
straight at you.
Oh,
It's
And
looking for someone
it
who's been
rears
knocked.
up onto its hind legs.
Oh
And
my
you
god,
realise
yes!
This goat is somewhat humanoid,
It's a
and it looks at
Krampus!
you.
It's a centaur
Yes.
goat.
I was gonna make a
Correct.
joke that in Hobgoblin culture we have a Krampus, but I chose not to because of amnesia. Shit.
It's the Krampus!
Looks at you and says, "Where's the child?"
Shit.
In my fucking lap, and I said, no, I'm not saying that, but
I've
she's
got-
just hidden.
Why did we bring a child here?
Ask Adrian!
I'll just point into the cave,
Do I see? I
So
don't see
you
this.
think
and I will
one
say
punch
in
it.
infernal. Oh, she's in there. In infernal.
Oh my god.
You've said that. It moves on, so you just see where Hadron was. Hadron, sorry, Mordecai was supposed to be guarding the place, but has apparently just let this creature in. And you probably don't see
well-
by the time he's there with his sack.
What
As you
the
as he
fuck?
walks past me, can I do a thing?
Go ahead.
I want to fly 20 foot up. I want to cast Hunter's Mark on him.
I would like to point out that historically, they're meant to go after bad kids, and I feel like Sarah's done nothing wrong.
How high up is
He-
the roof of this cave?
He notices you cast this on him, and he doesn't seem happy about it.
That's fine.
um,
I'm about to shoot him anyway, so.
I literally, you know what? No. If I see this big goat thing, I turn into an elk.
I like the idea that we're all just sat
So
around.
Hunter's Mark and Elk, that is as far as I'll probably allow things to
Come
go.
at me,
I would
motherfucker,
probably
I'm an
like
elk.
everyone at this stage to roll for initiative.
I think the important question is, does it appear to be aggressive?
Now it does.
It is
Before
not
everybody gets trigger happy.
I think that there are 5 threes. Why have you turned into an elf? How is this going to benefit you at Liar's Dice?
Playing a
God damn
dice game.
What's that smell?
Okay. You
How have I rolled
couldn't even
the
let me have
highest?
top of the initiative this once.
Oh wait, Kelsey got 20. Never mind.
Both rolled
So,
20.
everyone do whispering
I have a
roll.
minus freaking 1. I'm not dexterous. I fall over easily.
I'm an elk.
No.
Nemo, I'm sorry, I'm that guy. Can you flip my token so it's looking at it?
Don't do it.
Just do the flip.
Make him upside down.
I was just thinking that. Have him on his antlers.
See, I'm looking at Juju.
Hello.
I must have the child.
You must have an ass kicking. No.
No!
Kick it ass.
You're not gonna have shit, mate. Is it my turn? Are we starting? Are we doing this?
Yep.
Fine.
You're starting
Um,
your first turn. The Krampus is on its hind legs. It's got its sack in hand. It does have humanoid hands at the front. That does have hoofed back legs.
What in the name of all that is unholy?
Oh, I can't cast that because that's a concentration spell. I'll just shoot him with my longbow. Well,
Go
I'm
ahead,
flying
roll
like
for attack.
to the the top of the cave, like the ceiling, then firing.
Yep.
How high up is the cave roughly? Like the ceiling?
You've probably got about 10-foot clearance where you are.
Okay.
So like
yeah.
10 foot above you, so 15 feet in total.
Yeah, I'll just fly to like the top and then shoot down.
Don't you have like bonus stuff if you're first in combat or something?
Oh yeah, not if I'm first in combat, but on my first attack, I get like an extra attack basically. So a longbow shot, 19.
That's a hit.
So this and hunter's mark damage. Yeah.
Nice. Look at
I
that.
could have been Santa Claus.
And then the check because I.
You talking shit, made of Krampus. Stop asking for Santa.
This is Barovia, that's why.
Yeah, alright.
You can make it, and I get to, and with my dread ambusher, this thing, I get to make an extra attack on my first turn.
Right.
Okay, now. Them rolls.
Nice.
That's a hit.
So
It's
it
an
takes
extra.
damage, hunter's mark, and the dread ambusher damage.
Jesus, look
That-
at
Nice.
Should be it.
that. It should. He's like a little emo Alistair. It's adorable. I want to roll all the dice. More dice.
Think that is my go.
Alistair has dice if you have coin.
That is, I'm pretty sure that's my go.
Alright. That's the end of your go. He's going to use his legendary act
Oh, fuck.
to use Solstice Stalker. And he just vanishes.
No. Please no.
Do I see where he goes to?
You would know.
He killed him!
Well, I guess that was easy enough.
Why do I feel like he's not dead?
It is now your turn, Juju.
No.
I believe it's Marin's turn.
Ow.
Yeah. You didn't reorder the thing.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize the thing.
Alright.
I can sense
No,
Marin,
it.
please,
your
go.
turn.
I can sense it is not dead because of hunter's mark, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Those are still in this cave.
Heads up.
So, Curls, it's your turn, sorry.
Yeah, I'm just trying to work out what the fuck I'm gonna do.
What in the name of all that is holy do I do?
I am going to back up. Oh, I don't want to. Wait, no. Think. What would Marin do? I'm gonna go over here, and then I'm going to. Oh shit!
You
okay,
try to
hold on.
go over there,
Oh, fuck.
Oh, whoops.
and you run into
Found
something
it.
solid.
Bonk.
So you stand
how
there
far do
and
I-
you run into something solid.
Like next to me, what? Like next
Yeah,
between me
you
and
bump
Sarah.
right into it, yep. When you went to go there, you ran right
Oh.
there, would be running into it.
Is this a bonus action or an action?
Hex is the bonus
Hang
action.
on. Thank you. You
Yeah,
know what?
exactly.
Same class. I'm going to hex. Sure.
Go ahead.
By the way, I've got no knowledge that it's a bonus action. I'm just guessing.
Yes.
No, it is.
Curls,
Ah,
first
yeah.
line of the spell.
Yep.
You can't see it.
Ah, fuck.
Ironically,
I can
you
see
may
where
have
it isn't.
Ironically, you may have to take a stab in the dark, so to speak.
Yeah, I think that was going to be my
You
next
can
thing. I
make
may
it-
as well just do it now.
You can make an attack with disadvantage.
Okay. I
You
don't
know where
know
it is, but not being able to see it makes it hard to land a decent blow.
I don't know how wave works in terms of do I just like declare like I'm good for it?
Sorry.
Like
Say
for
again?
wave.
Yes.
For wave, do I just declare that I'm going to use this form, or do I have to like transform it as a bonus action?
Just declare it. It's no bonus action.
Okay.
It's basically his bonus action. But
Okay, fair enough. I
Oh,
will.
really cool.
takes it same time, yeah. So you just declare it, and he can do it.
I
But only
will-
once per.
The rapier form.
Yep,
And
he's
I don't know if this is
Regular.
programmed in correctly.
make your attack with disadvantage.
Heaven.
That's a miss.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be like, well, I think I found it. And I just kind of gesture in front of me.
Point with
You make wild stabbing motions to where you think it is.
I gesture with my squid
You-
sword.
You feel waves made contact with something, but not solid contact.
I recommend moving away from it. I guess. I can't see it, so I can't cast Hex on it, so I guess that's my turn?
Yep.
Don't think I have anything else as a bonus action. Carry on.
So that's your done. It's time for Juju.
Massive balls. Okay, first I'm going to use my bonus action, and I'm going to use one of my fighting spiritus. So I get 5 temporary hit points.
Yep.
I'm going to move to here, and I'm going to pick up Sarah and throw her under the elk,
Go ahead.
because that seems like the safest place for her at the moment. I don't know what the hell I roll to throw Kobold.
So small.
It's a ranged attack.
Ranged attack at the elk. I don't know, what should I roll for this?
She's
Um,
2'4".
My AC
You
is
just
10.
sort of provide you're really moving into the thing next to her, and I take it, Sarah, you have no objections to moving.
No, I'm fine because I'm not sure what's happening.
I would say, Sarah, roll an acrobatic.
Yeah.
You stumble a little, but you're alright because you weren't expecting the hobgoblin to suddenly just sort of shove you under an elk. So you stumble a little, but you managed to keep.
Put my token there just so I can see where it is.
You can push me to the back of the token layer, and then she can be atop. Nemo.
Sarah needs to be on the top of the token layer because she's the one who will be climbing on things.
Very true.
You're now at the back of the token layer.
Yeah. Stand on my
Okay, so
head.
put you. You wouldn't be there.
I'm
You'd
technically
be
there.
yeah.
And then to make the most of my fighting spirit, because it only gives me advantage till the end of my current turn, I'm going to use my action surge,
Ooh.
Stab that fucker.
and I'm going to make an attack roll against it.
Yep. You got a vague idea what it is, but you still make it with disadvantage.
Straight
I get
roll.
advantage
Yep.
from
straight roll.
just a straight roll. Long sword. Here we
Come
go.
on, buddy.
Hit the thing! Ooh, that's
Yes!
a good roll.
That's a hit, and that's the damage, is it?
Yes, I am not a strong person.
Not a strong man.
You're strong as Thane.
Strong-ish.
All right. You use your longsword, which I assume is katana, which you can
Yes.
probably change the name of.
Ooh.
They're just flavor reasons. You swing your katana down, and you feel contact, and a bit of blood hits to your sword. You hear a goatly.
I knew I could hear a goat.
Sarah, it is your turn.
What do I do? What do I do in this situation?
Hide in the fire.
Don't want to stand in the fire. Don't do that. I will. Sure, I'm just gonna. I'll sidestep here, just because it probably gives me a better view of the thing I can't see. Question mark. D&D logic. And I will use my new ability, which I guess just from an RP standpoint, Hadrian will have never seen her do before. And she uses a Radiant Sunbolt. which
All right.
for Sarah comes out almost like a breath weapon.
She shoots it out of her little mouth. Yeah.
It's like a pepper breath,
Fucking
except
pepper breath, yes.
it's like a pepper breath, but instead of fire, it's light.
Yeah, I like to imagine it's like when you put your lips together and go,
But yeah, it's like
pops out of your mouth.
it's just a small moment where she like breathes in and like light is coming out between her teeth for a split second, and then this
Yep.
ball of light comes out. And it's with disadvantage because I can't see it, but it's with advantage because I'm a kobold and my friends are nearby. Cause yeah.
Excellent.
So it's
So,
a
straight roll.
It's a straight roll. Probably didn't hit.
That didn't hit.
Okay. And for a bonus action, I will spend
Hits the back wall.
for a bonus action. I will spend a key point to take the dodge action.
Excellent. There we go, pepper breath.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Folk.
The real question is though, when will Sarah digivolve into a Thrak?
If that happens, then be concerned because it means bad stuff is happening.
I am not okay with it.
All
Where
right.
did we get that Gundam arm?
The Krampus reappears in its full forms, towering over the rest of you.
Ah, balls!
And,
Why is my life so fucking weird?
it is not happy that you moved away its prey. So it's going to start attacking. It's going to attack you first, Juju, with a gore attack.
I didn't like the fact that he said first.
Yeah.
Woo! So yeah, that's a miss, I take it.
Yes. I am fairly well armoured. My XE is 19.
He is going to throw a... He reaches into his sack and he's going to try and throw a lump of coal at Sarah. Oh,
It's a lump of coal.
And that's a miss.
It's a definite miss.
He throws it in the fire by accident.
So we're all a little bit warmer.
He
Yay!
throws a lump of coal, and it misses you by quite a margin. But this coal doesn't seem normal because it is molten hot.
Oh.
He just like shot puts it straight into the ground in front of him.
Does an elk count as partial cover?
Please, yes.
That may mean
Now-
that it is resistant to fire.
It is now Hadron the elk's turn.
Touching the baby make the big man. Big man is not quite sure what he should do. Actually, I do. I know exactly what I'm going. Just a quick second. I just need to make sure on the rule.
Let me just
Okay.
roll on this.
So
Yes.
I'm gonna just step. Let's see, about there.
Oh, he's getting a run up.
Yep. I'm gonna charge it.
Charge attack.
Meh. I'm just gonna literally try to slam into it on top of everyone, like over everyone, straight into it with a ram attack.
This cave is very cramped.
Like, through the campfire, through 3 people. Smart. Hey, 69.
That didn't work.
Yeah, that's a miss, and I'm also going to have to make you take an acrobatics check to make sure you don't burn yourself in the...
Through the fire and the friends.
Yes.
He rolled a 1.
You probably should take a.
Oh, fuck you!
Das, there are other numbers.
I step back over here.
You easily dance around the fire, although as you sort of... let you roll an acrobatics check.
What's up?
Juju's going to roll an
Oh,
acrobatics
me.
check.
Oh, because you rammed over him.
Roll that dexterity
I'm not
skill.
good at these! Ah!
Meh.
You just got bulldozed by an elk.
No, he manages to avoid the elk and still maintain his position. He sort of hugs the wall and all that, and the elk dexterously dances through the fire. Unfortunately, some of the wood that was there gets kicked up and hits you right in the shin. You take 1.5.
Meh. Can I use the rest of my movement, which I think is only like maybe about 10 or so feet, and just kneel down atop Sarah? A la deer over Bambi?
You want to try to interpose yourself between
Yes.
Joe and... yeah, right.
Horns are pointed at Krampus, not a happy day.
Damage was taken off my 10 hit points. You literally damaged my ego with that. I am mildly annoyed.
Krampus is angry, so he's going to take his legendary action, and he pulls out of his sack his birch switch, and he's going to smack Juju with it.
Ow!
Damn!
You just hit me with a Nintendo product!
God fucking damn it!
He pulls out an ornately carved Nintendo Switch and whacks you on the head with it.
This is what happens when someone with an art degree picks up that cardboard thing, guys.
See, Blue, even Krampus has got a switch, huh?
I know, it's terrible. Everybody's got one but me.
I'm thinking about getting one with this next paycheck.
I think we.
Aww.
Oh, so close.
Wait, don't you have a thing as a hobgoblin where if you fail something near someone, you can, like a pride thing or something?
No, that's
Or is that only for attack rolls?
Yeah. Oh, attack roll or fair ability check or saving throw.
Hey.
That is a saving throw, so I can actually use that.
Yep.
I only need to add one, but that uses my saving face.
Alright.
I am not going to get hit by a Nintendo product. PC Master Race.
Okay,
Well, I
another
imagine you still
analyze.
take the damage, you just don't have to only use your bonus action next turn.
Yeah, it's weird. I've programmed in the damage, but it doesn't actually calculate damage.
Click on attack. No, you click on attack and it
Reroll.
does it.
Yeah, click on the actual button for attack.
Like where it says the word attack. Next to 25.
Oh, sorry, I misunderstood.
Yeah, that's right.
Equal
There
to
you
the
go.
number of allies. Nice.
Ow.
Maximum of 5. That's what 5 was
Nice.
inside.
Oh.
You
Or
take
4
9
inside.
slashing damage as the bird switch smacks you across the.
It looks like it's time to clean up. Fucking dignity.
It is now our big lizard friend's turn.
I go into a rage.
Thrak, attack!
Fuck,
Okay, go
fuck.
splat.
He attacks,
Shit, a
but
snack
also
attacks.
he attacks.
Okay.
Attack.
Yes,
snacks,
this is a snack
God.
attack.
He attack, he thrack, but most importantly, have a snack.
The wraps,
Okay,
wraps with
so,
cheese strings in them.
With some ketchup.
Now.
Oh no. What?
I want to be like a snack now.
It's got a Jerry Dunstable.
You thrust your halberd forward, but you did not manage to
Is he
connect with the goatee.
technically flanking?
No.
Just the opposite.
I would recommend moving. Actually, don't move into the corner. Never mind. That was a terrible idea. Stay where you are.
Yeah. There is a reason I didn't move. Because I don't want to be stuck in the corner like a baby. Okay, so,
Is that your turn?
yeah.
Bonus
'cause-
action.
Is now Mordecai's turn.
Give you guys an idea, I currently have an entire Discord group screaming, kill the Krampus, save the child.
It's like games done quick. Do we save the animals or kill the animals?
Are they watching the stream?
I've linked them to the stream, we'll see.
I will display my bow again.
I described it to them, I linked it to them, we'll see.
Hey, you know what would be cool, guys? If somebody could land a fucking attack.
I mean, I
Yeah, that's a
didn't
miss.
start.
That'd be-
It hits
that'd
the
be
back
great.
wall.
Every single
Uh,
one of us has missed.
Yep.
He's going to take his
Bobby,
second
who'd you
legendary
have?
action to take his birch switch and hit the nasty lizard.
Hit you with his rhythm stick.
Can't
Take it as a
save.
hit.
Yeah, that's a hit.
You take 8 slashing damage, and you have to roll a Constitution saving.
4 damage because he's raging.
Okay, yes, 4 damage.
Funnily enough, Nemo forgot that.
Yes,
Grunt has so many hit
Barbarian.
points, he doesn't care
It
what he
doesn't
takes.
matter.
Oh, I got crit for 50? Whatever. Give a fuck.
Yeah, I've actually said that. 50 is like, that's alright.
Oh, that was
18
a
of the hit.
dangerous number.
But yeah, you get smacked across the belly. It is most unpleasant, but you endure it.
Pink belly.
Yeah, thank you.
How did your scales turn pink?
They are
Baron is
very. I don't know.
He's fairly pale under the belly, and we have some similar immune responses, even if you.
Yeah, he's humanoid. Anyway,
That makes it Marin's turn.
Is Mordecai not gone?
Yeah, I'm done.
Oh, you just went.
Gone and missed.
I'm gonna be the worst. Can someone remind me how the spell rule works with casting 2 spells in one turn?
It depends.
You can cast 1 cantrip and 1 other spell,
I have at least one person watching it, Blue.
as long as one of them is a bonus action.
They're one of the many Khadgar.
So I
things on-
couldn't, for example, cast a
Hex is level,
level
1,
one.
right? And then
And then-
Eldritch.
And then you can
a
cast
bonus
cantrip.
action that's level 2.
No.
No.
Okay.
You can only cast 1 spell a turn, but it has a level.
Okay.
well, also Hex is a bonus action.
Yeah,
You
You're
put
assuming
Hex
a
as a
great
bonus
many
action
things.
and Eldritch Blast as a cantrip.
yeah.
You're assuming so many
do
things.
You can cast a
Um,
spell and a cantrip, but not 2 spells.
Yep, 1 of a level,
Okay.
1 of a cantrip, and 1 must be a bonus.
Yeah, normal turn. I can't
So
remember.
you
I'm
could-
gonna try something, and if it works, it'll be great. But if it doesn't, I'm fucked.
Why you just cast
Do it.
sword?
Okay. I'm only medium good with sword at the moment.
How do you like your steak? Medium sword.
That's another quote for the Strahd quote board.
Wait, I just cast,
Ooh.
I cast the wrong
Ooh.
one.
Okay,
Did I
never
cast the
mind.
wrong one? I cast the wrong one. Yeah, sorry. Hang on 1 second. The one above it.
Yeah.
That one that I wanted.
Hideous laughter.
I don't cast spells.
Krampus, yes,
Okay,
Mona?
what's your spell
Telling
save,
lies.
Aaron, what's your spell save DC?
Great question.
13. It says it above it on Distant Whispers.
13.
Yeah, 13.
13, there you go.
Krampus, yes, Marin? Telling lies, no, Marin. Stealing children, no, Marin.
Nice.
Open your bag.
You have made it
God.
worse.
Oh, God.
Marin like
Oh.
reaches out, casts it, and then just huh. Okay, that worked. Yeah, it's full prone, incapacitated. And yeah. Okay. I didn't expect that to work.
Yes, it's prone, so
What do I do
melee
now?
attacks have advantage and ranged attacks have disadvantage. Or they would in melee anyway, to be clear.
And I don't have anything I can do as a bonus action. I've done that.
So yeah, he's fallen down to all fours again, and he's just sort of at the ground.
I just kind of gesture as if to say, "Well, go
Here,
on
have
then."
a piece of pie.
And I guess that's
That's your
something
turn.
makes incapacitated things can't take attacks of opportunity, or it can.
Can't.
Don't think they
It
can.
can't.
Yeah, it can't.
Can't. Yeah, it can't take any actions at all. Just a reaction
Okay.
as part of that.
I will move 2 steps back then.
You are moving the
Alright.
wrong way.
I just want to be
It's-
out of the initial attack.
It's Juju's turn.
Okay. I shall move to here. And I shall use the last of my fighting spirit too. More 10 hit points, please. Thank you. And let's give it a whack.
Go ahead. You strike down on it, but its thick hide manages to keep your sword at bay.
Balls. Next person. Actually,
And he's looking at you with crazy look in his eye, just.
It's very off-putting.
It's fucking goat, man.
Probably it's just a goat.
Just
stare.
giving you time to reposition.
There you go. I'm back to 4 hit points. My second wind. Alright, someone else do something.
Yep.
When it starts taking damage, it might wake up. Just a warning.
What?
No, it is awake. It's just it will stop laughing, and then it won't be fun anymore.
Move where you need to move. Get where you need to go where it's safe.
I think it's only Sarah that needs to move.
That was mostly the idea, but Marin wouldn't say that.
Curls cares for the character. Marin?
Marin does. Marin would kill you all now.
So, because she doesn't really know what to do, Sarah is gonna go back slightly, but still be hiding under big protective elk friend, and I guess hold an attack action in case the goat stops laughing. Yeah. I
Righto,
guess.
so an attack action in for if it comes in range, or if it stops.
I will hold another radiant sunbolt. I guess that if it stands up, because otherwise it'd be at disadvantage.
Yep.
So yeah, I will hold a radiant sunbolt attack action.
Okay, it's now the Krampus's turn, which means it gets to make another Wisdom saving throw.
The end of
Is
its
that at the start or the end of its turn?
end. End. At the end of
Okay.
its turns, and each time it takes damage.
Low,
Yep.
low, low, low,
So
low,
it's
low.
still cackling madly at itself,
Aww.
Ah,
and then it stops.
Worth it. Worth it.
And
he's still on the floor
Takes-
at least.
it's at the end of its turn, so yeah, it's still.
Oh, thank God.
Dog pile!
Yeah.
Stamp it into the ground. Bury it.
It is now Hadron's turn.
So guys, remember the scene where Merlin charges into the year one in The Sword in the Stone? Just like backs the fuck up, winds it up.
Oh yeah, the goat.
Madam Mim.
Yes, I'm gonna charge this Madam Mim motherfucker. I have advantage because
another
they're
one.
prone, and it's gonna be me ramming into them.
Yep.
That's better.
Does it hit?
It uses. Sorry, it's you got advantage, so it uses shield to add +5 AC.
No way.
As it just puts out its hand, and a magical barrier just stops your horns from contacting with it, and it just levels its head to yours, and just like,
Just up in its fucking face. I'm standing over the fire. I'm between it and my child. It does not touch
fire
it.
has, been moved around enough now that you can all walk over it safely enough. It's not going to cause any.
fuck with my child, you son of a bitch.
He's going to take his legendary action. He's still prone, but he's just he says, "Enough!" and he tries to grab hold of Juju's. Make an opposing
Don't you say Dex?
athletics or acrobatics check. This is grab.
Don't you say
Ooh,
Dex.
21.
Oh,
Oh, for
how
fuck's
old
sake.
is Juju? Is Juju a possible
He
child?
doesn't know! Oh, balls!
He successfully grabs hold of you, and within a moment, it's a very bizarre sight to see. He just pulls you in and shoves you in his sack.
What?
I don't want to be a pie.
Guess I'll die.
Oh shit, he's out of combat. No.
Bagging.
You are in a bag. You see nothing. You see nothing. You're completely It is now our big lizard's turn.
Still raging.
Do it.
I'm going to stab at thee.
I don't want to be that guy, but a quick question. Would the Krampus have had disadvantage on trying to grapple him from the ground?
Nope. Attack
I
roll, so.
don't think so.
No.
It's a very strange loophole, I think. Gotta check
Especially not
this.
grabbing my legs.
Yeah, check
I'm not
the
sure
status.
As it does, but I'm going to say the Krampus with its goat-like nature wouldn't have anyone, especially being such a large creature.
I don't recall the prone is like you have disadvantage on dex and stuff. I don't think it mentions anything about strength.
Prone has disadvantage on attack rolls, but this wasn't an attack, this was a grapple, so...
Yeah.
And he was grabbing my legs specifically, so he's a little closer.
Yeah.
Gotcha, bitch.
I'm just trying to do
He's
it!
fairly big too, and he doesn't seem to have trouble being on all fours.
Don't look back.
I stab at thee.
You stab, and
Shield would still be
you're
active.
stabbing at the.
Damn it.
You stabbed at the Krampus, I take it?
Yeah.
No, wait, that shield would have gone by now.
Yeah, shield would have gone. But that's still the halberd just sort of skirts along its leathery hide. But
Damn it.
as it does attack, you do notice that it instinctively pulls the sack away from the blade. It is now Mordecai's turn.
Did I see him pull the sack away from the...
I think you all saw that.
I'll take a shot at the back. No. What I'll do is I will hold my action until he stands up. I'll hold an arrow until he stands up.
I will say you know just by archery and all that if you do intend to shoot the sack,
With
because of the way
disadvantage,
he's just sort of put it on his back and all that, it wouldn't be at disadvantage while he's prone.
wouldn't
You
be?
can hit the sack.
Oh yeah, sure,
Yeah.
I'll do that. That's fine.
It's not advantage, but it's the same as a normal. It's just straight roll.
Nice.
21. Roll for damage. 5. The arrow skirts across the sack, and it does seem to do some damage. He tries to pull the sack away even more. He's not happy that you've done that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna fly just towards the door a little bit. And that's my go. Done.
It is Marin's turn.
Okay, I'm going to cast Hex.
Mhm.
And then... This is gonna be a DM's thing, because I want to cast Eldritch Blast on... How would I do this?
On the sack or
Can
him?
Yeah, I want him to... Oh, no, I don't think I can do that. That would be too much. I will just hit him.
With Eldritch Blast, or?
Yes.
Okay, he is prone, so range attacks have disadvantage.
Okay.
Don't forget you get to choose one of his ability skills to have disadvantage on checks.
Oh,
So it's part of it.
yeah, strength.
Yep, his strength ability
Also-
checks are now at disadvantage.
Just to say this to the one friend who asked me, I am the elk in this conversation. They're wondering where my character was.
Oh,
Like
okay.
someone messaged me in a private message. Where are my characters? Like I'm.
Yeah, no, you hit him square between the eyes, and he sort of recoils and is like,
That's only the 4 damage plus 5.
It's like the first
No.
2 attacks all fight. We had a round
Yeah,
of
what-
nothing.
Why does that say 4 plus 3?
It's because of the
it's-
crit.
Ah,
Wait,
yep, yep,
There was a
sorry.
crit on
Yep.
there, but it's no crit.
Yeah,
So.
don't just ignore that. So 9. I'm just gonna like cast it out and then be like, I feel like this is a bad idea.
But no, you've hit him straight between the eyes, and there's a little blood trickles there, and he just looks at you like.
Can someone get get Juju out of that.
Okay, it's Juju's turn, and
Nah.
Juju, you are in. It's Sarah's turn.
Juju, you
Sarah,
are in a...
He did not get up, so I'll let you let loose your attack if you so wish.
Oh, that's very kind of you. I will do that. It's gonna be a straight roll. Because of koboldness.
Hello?
Oh,
Sorry, my
Hello?
headset did something weird there for a second.
Oh,
I thought
hello.
we got taken.
You use the Radiant Sunbolt,
Yes. It's 6 radiant damage.
and I believe he's already used his reaction.
No, he got it back on his
But
turn.
this is technically my attack
Well,
from
no.
last round.
He got it back on it. He cast shield as a legendary action, then got his reaction
No,
back.
shield wasn't a legendary reaction. It was just a
I think you said
reaction.
it was.
Reaction.
Oh, reaction. But he gets. Sorry, he
but
gets.
he hasn't
reaction back.
had his turn back yet.
Yeah, he hasn't had
Yeah,
it
he
on the
did.
turn.
No, he cast that before his turn, because he cast shield and then he grabbed. Then he tried to put thing in the bag.
I'll trust you on that. He cast shield
Okay.
and manages to block the Sunbolt with another burst of energy from his hand.
So am I allowed to make another attack? Because that was technically my attack from last turn.
Yep, you are. For this is your actual turn.
Okay. But he's still on the floor.
Doing
Yep.
the dinosaur.
Let's try again. Easy.
You should be making. He should be making these attacks with disadvantage,
But
incidentally.
it's with advantage because I'm a kobold, so it cancels out.
Yep. Sorry.
Because of my heck tactics.
Meh.
Because you're a little shit.
You have advantage on attack rolls against
You're in a
creature
bag,
if,
shut up.
if one of your allies is within 5 feet of it.
That's pretty dope.
Which is why a kobold rogue is a broken combination.
All right. Incidentally, shield would still be going.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's still
So he
not
manages to block that as well.
It's the end of this, of what he's doing right now. It's the end of this. That shield's gone.
Yeah, start of his turn, isn't it? So.
Yeah.
And I hide.
So unfortunately, the shield still holds that at bay.
I hide. Behind the elk.
Meh.
Because I am small.
It is now the Krampus's turn.
Uh-oh. Meh.
He stands up.
Are you looking for the rules to see if a Krampus can fit a large creature in a bag?
Please don't take away my safety
You know-
elk.
And
So that's my companion elk.
he casts. He seems to be casting something. He's moving his hands around, and things seem to get blurry as you now are looking at 3 Krampuses in the same position.
Oh god damn it.
For fuck's sake!
Heck.
There's no room in this cave.
There are too many goats! And I have all defensive spells picked!
Adrian,
Balls.
it is now your turn.
Meh. Okay, you know what? I just... No, if I step away, he'll get an attack of opportunity. Fuck it, I'm gonna try to hoof one of them.
All right, go ahead.
It would be the 15.
15. You throw a hoof out at him, and it hits into his leathery hide, and he just looks at you. And does not hurt him.
I look disapprovingly at him. That's a free
Is now
action if I remember.
Lizardman's.
I'm going to stab at
Wait,
the
did that
back.
hit one of the duplicates, or?
I missed all of them.
Yeah, you have to roll.
you stab at the-
roll to hit first.
Yeah, you
Go
have to
ahead,
roll,
roll.
You have to roll to decide if you hit the actual thing or a
Oh
mirror.
yeah, and
And
their
the
ACs
the
are
mirrors
10 plus their
technically have
dex.
different
Yeah.
ACs.
Actually, no, you don't. Each single creature targets you with an attack.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I've used
Yeah.
mirror image a couple of times with my Kenku.
Yeah.
You roll
Or you
a.
take no damage
roll-
from non-magical weapons.
You have to roll a d20 to see if it hits one of the. If it's aimed at one of the duplicates, because the duplicates only have 10 AC. Or 10 plus your dex.
10 plus
Yeah.
dex.
Will I roll it?
1 second.
I like Mirror
Let's roll
Image.
a
It's a
man,
very
huh?
good spell.
Yeah.
Don't
It
like
has
it on my
saved my
enemies.
Kenku. Yes.
Yeah, you launch a hoof forward and you've destroyed one of the
Hey.
illusions.
One down, 2 to go. The first is the hardest.
Also, someone in the chat has said that is her therapy elk.
Yeah.
So yeah, lizard, you wanted big lizard folk. Would you like to stab at something?
I'm gonna try stabbing at a bag.
All right, you stab away at the back. So roll. Yep. Roll damage. The
Here's a
sack
question for you.
doesn't seem to have multiplied like he
Okay.
has.
That's what I was gonna ask.
And since it is the first, first creature you hit. So I don't think a bag is a creature. So can't really add that.
I'll
I
say
can
read
do
it.
since it counts if you like.
Okay, that'll add an extra.
That sack is normal.
D6.
What barbarian are you?
Path of the Zealot.
Ah.
So roll your extra damage.
A total lizard just a rep.
Whatever. Do 1d6 plus 1. 3. For my divine fury.
The double image of the Krampus seems annoyed as the sack splits open and Juju falls. Yay!
Did
Hi,
you,
Juju.
did you find a Nintendo Switch in there?
You fall out, you are prone on the floor, and you are surrounded by lumps of.
As I fall out, I say, we.
Calamoon
I
in chat has asked while he's in there, he should have stolen a
Hate you.
Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, that's why I asked him. And
I
he
love the
responded with
pause.
possibly the worst joke I've ever heard.
The pause was the best on that one as you guys are like, why did he say. Oh.
Oh no.
Luke, I physically hate you.
You love him, really.
I
Now.
believe it's Mordecai's turn. That's gonna get fucking clipped.
Yep.
I will do it later.
In the pear tree.
Yeah, it is Mordecai's turn.
How's Krampus looking? Is he looking okay?
Duplicated.
He's looked like he's been hurt, but not. He's not on death's door.
Okay, I'll take another shot.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
All right. Another illusion is taken out by an.
Ooh.
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 And you are now looking at a single Krampus. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
A single Krampus with no sack.
He has
Oh,
a sack, but
burst
it's
his sack.
got a. Marin, it's your turn.
Oh. GG's free.
Hello.
Good to see you.
Thank you.
I am going to. Feeling a little bit better now that Juju is between me and it. That changes my plans a little.
Thank you.
He's still on the floor.
My idea of a vote of confidence. I'm just gonna. Oh fuck! I'm not used to spellcasters. How do you guys do this?
What does level 2 mean?
I'm just
I'm
gonna.
just picturing him on the ground, just like, what does it mean?
I'm gonna Eldritch Blast it.
Go ahead.
Not a good roll.
Eldritch Blast, bat off the cavern wall.
It worked once.
Move out of the. It is now Juju's turn.
Ugh.
So I can-
Stand up,
Oh, I'm going to take another step back as well.
Use half your movement, stand up,
and I'm going to take a swing at him.
take your swing.
Someone who can hit
23.
me.
He would have used his shield, but at the same point, that is not enough to stop that.
Oh.
A friend of mine has resisted the urge to make jokes about Krampus's sack in fear of being banned.
Correct call.
That's why I've been banned.
So go ahead, roll your damage. 10. Yep.
10 damage. I got a solid ace on that. And I'm going
Nice.
to continue
You
to
draw the
remain.
blade across his hide, and blood spurts out.
God, I can't
It
wait until I get more attacks.
bleeds!
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
Kill it.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
Please do more of this killing then before it puts me back into its bag.
At the end of your turn.
Meh.
Yep, I'm out of
Oh,
stuff.
fucking
I'm
well
just
for him,
hitting.
right?
Just a couple of hours.
Quite a while.
Yeah, it's
like
hours.
hours.
I was about to say, it's like I've been out in it for a few turns.
It's like an hour. It's like hours.
It's in
like
hours
half
rather
your
than
druid
turns,
level, right?
which is nice.
It's something to do with like half your druid level or something.
Sarah,
Number
it's
of
your
hours.
turn.
Right. Given the situation, everything that's happened, Sarah's gonna pull herself together, grab the back leg of the elk, and start crying. Which gives all of her allies advantage.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Alright, at the end of
Against
your
enemies within 10 feet of you.
Yes.
Turn, at the end of your turn, the
Uh,
cramp has vanished.
Where it is, where is it?
You can hear it echoing around the cavern caves as it spits.
Meh. Meh.
I smell the dragon blood. It is the only way to escape here. I must have it.
This guy needs a biology book.
This guy needs a fucking dirt nap.
Quick, everyone, protect Thrak!
My blood! My blood!
He's got it in quad. I'm an elk, I can't shout.
And he reappears on his turn.
Right.
You're still within 10 feet of me!
Yes, he is. And I'm gonna go about 20 feet away from him. I line it up, and I'm gonna ram him again.
Turn, it's his turn.
Oh, it's his turn. Oh, shit. Sorry, I
Oh,
think said at the end of his turn. My bad. Okay, I stand right back.
I would like to run away.
He moves in,
Man,
very angry with Mr. Goatman.
come hither, motherfucker. Let
He
us
is
lock
going
horns.
to try and gore you. Yep, the lock horn will happen. 16, does that hit your AC?
That will hit my LKC.
He does 14 piercing damage.
I am back in Hadron form.
Oh shit.
Ah, my
Rip-
safety
he
elk!
rips through the elk. Yep.
And Hadron takes 1 point of damage because the elk has 13.
The game has changed.
He also with his eyes at side of head are a fun thing, so he throws a lump of coal at Mordecai.
Hey. 8 misses.
Yep, that's it. But he it smacks against the cabin wall in a fiery burst. Hadron, it is now your turn.
Ah, no combat spells prep.
Why?
Because I'm a healer!
He's the healer of the group.
Take the child and run.
Don't think that's going to help.
I am a paternal figure. My child is groveling in fear. I have a +2 to hit.
You have
I'm
advantage.
going to
advantage.
interpose myself. And I'm going to swing with advantage with my quarter.
Bonk.
He would have used his shield, but it's missing.
God damn it, ran out of spell slots!
I will tell you right now that is his last shield.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's used 4 shields. You only ever get 4 spell slots, so we've got him on the ropes, boys.
You can always cast it at higher levels, but in this,
Shut up, Nima.
that's if he had higher levels.
Okay, and with my bonus action behind me, I'm going to create a healing spirit. And because this is a goat, I'm going to create the healing spirit of a big bad
A big bad what? Sorry.
Ow!
a big bad wolf. I'm literally going to take the wolf the dire wolf icon you give me. I'm literally going to put it behind me for there. If you can shrink that down to 5 foot. I actually can't control it. But you can just like move it and shrink it down to a 5 foot space. There you go. Yeah, between Sarah and them. Perfect. Yeah, that's where I want it.
The wolf appears. The light not as bright as it was before in the blinding sense. It's still all as powerful as it was, but its ribs are exposed. It's one of its eyes is missing. Its jowl sort of dripping off its. Your healing spirit is there, although quite disturbing to look.
Why do you create such weird things?
I point out towards Krampus.
Get out of here. It's the big bad wolf.
The Krampus. Would you like to roll an intimidation check?
Yes.
Go ahead.
$14.
14.
Hello?
That's Krampus'
Hello?
phone
Yeah.
ringing. He has to leave. Oh my god, what?
I have to
I
leave
know,
immediately.
I'm about to be done.
Do you really?
No, we're joking.
Or you just. Okay.
Alright.
Krampus sort of makes a annoyed noise, and there's something. You see some spark of something going through his. It is now Big Lizard Man's turn.
I'm just stamping
This is
my...
gonna be my last round because I then have to go get food and stuff.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
That's okay, just kill Krampus. You have advantage. Do it.
Processing. Shutting down.
Processing. Shutting down.
Can anyone hit this son of a bitch?
No.
God.
Someone's got a shield up.
Unfortunately, the with the shield and everything up, it does not. At the end of your turn, however, the Krampus says, "I cannot afford further injury in a place like this. I will return." And he uses his legendary action to vanish.
Yay.
I'm assuming due to dramatic effect that I can no longer detect him.
Yeah, with like Hunter's Mark
You
or...
can all detect him, but he is still in the cave. But it looks like he's making a escape. It's looks like he's wanting to. So it's up to you guys whether or not you want to continue trying to do something about it.
Hold him!
Just on my turn, I will pull out my assault sword and I'll just fly and stab straight down where I am.
Okay, you contact nothing.
Okay.
Anyone else want to do anything?
I would have no way of
I had
Fine.
no way of being able to find it.
I am going to dash to here with a produced flame out. May I make a perception check? Yes, even if with disadvantage, to see if I can spot footprints in the...
Go.
I'm on the floor.
Your concern is astounding.
You make a perception check, and on his turn he's become visible again, but he is disappearing into the snow. He appears to have an ability to stealth into that sort of stuff.
Can I just throw out one produced flame at him? Just...
But yeah, you get one attack at him. Go ahead.
Hang on, I just need to check and make sure. Yeah, no, this is
Produce
going to be a
flame isn't
straight
an
roll.
attacking, is it?
I throw shade at
Yeah.
him.
Unfortunately, that's a miss.
Do we get like another go? Like, do I see him running out when it would effectively come round to my turn again? If we,
I would let you make an attack.
I will need my bonus action first, if I can, just to do and ensnaring strike.
Go ahead.
So that cast a spell. I have to make an attack roll first, and it has to hit. No, I miss. Don't worry.
You miss. Unfortunately, the Krampus escapes. However, you did survive the encounter with the legendary beast of the snows. And as soon as Krampus leaves, you notice the weather starts to turn for the better.
Ah!
That explains everything!
Hadrian is still
Congratulations.
throwing out produce flames, just angrily.
You will all level up to level 4.
Level 7. Oh, thanks.
Yes!
Hey up!
Yes!
Now all those
surviving
things that I can turn into that are
the
half.
legendary encounter.
Yeah.
And
We probably were nowhere near
Happy-
killing it.
I'm hoping everyone's having a happy holidays with gifts and Krampuses for all.
This was our Christmas episode!
Yep, the child got a gift of a book from a cat, and a Krampus came knocking on your door. So, I hope everyone had fun today. And we look forward to seeing you in the Dread Plains next time.
Thank you so much everyone for watching. Don't know when we're gonna have our next session because it's Christmas and people are busy. So if we don't see you before then, we will see you guys in the new year.
To give those that are watching an idea, though, if you were to, what will be backtracking this by? Backtrack by 3 hours on a Wednesday. That's our usual start.
Oh, 8 o'clock UK time.
8 p.m.
roughly.
GMT. Yes.
Yeah.
Most of the people watching that I linked this to from the Discords are in NA. That's why.
You can
I'm
follow
not good.
people's Twitters in the description below because there's at least 3 of us that tweet out when this stuff is starting. So go do that.
My Twitter's kind of
yeah.
unbearable, but I do tweet when the stream starts.
Some of us just tweet shit as well.
Follow me for D&D and Pokemon. Yay!
You all already follow me.
And on that bombshell, we're gonna bid you good night.
Bye.
Good night, my dear.
Bye.